Hello, I am Pantelis, and this is Poseidon in front of me. How you been, Poseidon?
You're like the least funny person when you try. You know that. Huh? You can't. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that.
I don't know either.
Like I thought maybe you had some. Maybe you had some kind of lines. But anyways, welcome everybody to Pantelis Live, the only show that goes live on Sundays at 4 from this studio. That's it. That's the record it's holding. So Poseidon finally made it. There's a big snowfall that happened.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it.
No, so I'm lucky Poseidon actually came to work today, because he normally finds any excuse in the book to not show up on time, and he actually didn't. You made it literally a minute and a half before the countdown started, so he took his time.
Well, I left at 3:20. I've been stuck around the studio for like 15-20 minutes.
It's not a real excuse.
Of course it is, bro.
What do you mean you stuck around? The fucking parking lot is empty. There's nobody here.
Hold on, bro. Because of the bulldozers, they created like a mountain of snow at the entrance. I had a hard time. I got stuck at the entrance.
Can I ask you a question?
And I had to back up in traffic. Okay,
Why
it was
didn't I
very
get stuck?
dangerous. You have all-wheel drive.
So? Your wheels don't drive? No, I don't think it was. I think it's because I sped up. What I did is I stopped on the highway and just bolted it in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyways, so that didn't work. So then I had to back out into traffic, bro. Go around.
Bro.
And then this guy got stuck at the entrance of the lane to get in, from the parking lot. So I'm there waiting. He's nowhere to be found. There's a woman in his car. I'm like, where the fuck is this guy? She's like, he went to go do something. And he left the car in the lane. So he comes back. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, I got stuck. I'm like,
What do you mean he got stuck? He was in the bar?
no, he got stuck in the
Yeah, but
entrance
where was
of
he?
the
You
lane.
said he wasn't there. Where had he gone?
The car. Oh, I guess he went to go get help. So nobody wanted to help him.
Why do you think that was?
He was.
What? Why do you think nobody wanted to help him? What's your scientific answer here? Like, what is your hypothesis? Why didn't they want to help him?
He was black.
What? Excuse me? What? You think people didn't want to help a stranded man because he was black? Is that what you said? Is that what you really think?
No, I don't think that. But nobody wanted to help him. Poor guy.
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, can't you see I'm stuck? I'm like, but the thing is, there wasn't that much snow where he got stuck. So I was like,
I don't know how much of the story is true. I'm going to go ahead and bet 90% of it is a lie. 90%.
Why would it be a lie?
All right, guys. Take a look at his face. Tell me what you think. Poseidon, plead your case. Let him know why they should believe you.
So yeah, so what do you mean why?
Why should they believe
Because
you?
I'm telling the truth.
Well, you lie most of the time, so ask
No,
him.
I don't.
Are you fucking joking right now? Look at that fucking grin. Look at that. So try to convince them. Let's see what they say.
No, so he got stuck. So the guy goes, can't you see I'm fucking stuck? I'm like, you're stuck? He's like, yeah, we can't go forward.
Hang him, they said.
So-
Bertus says that you're probably telling the truth, but you're usually full of shit.
So he had to back out. And then when he backed out, I went into the lane, but I didn't get stuck. And I parked and came up.
Yeah.
So I didn't get stuck where he got stuck, which was
Interesting.
weird.
But I will tell you guys one thing. He did text me about a minute and a half before we went live, and he's like, I'm downstairs, like, open the door. And then I looked out the window, and he wasn't really at the door. He was at his car. He's parked now. All he has to do is come up, and he was removing snow from the front, the windshield. What does that matter? It's still snowing. It's going to fill up by the time you get back out. But just to waste more time.
Just like, you know where it accumulates on the edge of the windowsill?
I'm wondering if anybody's noticed that we're better lit today because we have the lights up. Do you notice?
Ask them.
Do you? Yeah, ask them. I just did by saying it. But do you notice it's better lit in here?
Well, I feel like my future's a bit brighter now, yeah.
But definitely not. Definitely not. So you forsook what you said here on the podcast a couple of weeks ago when you actually went to pay money to watch Captain Marvel?
Yeah?
Yeah, how was it?
It was an okay movie, but there was some political elements to it.
Like social justice warrior type?
Yeah, a bit.
Like what?
Certain things I noticed, but they were very, like, they weren't, like,
Men are evil.
super obvious. Huh?
Men are evil. It doesn't have to be that. I'm just asking.
No, it wasn't like that. It was more subtle.
He was removing pigtails and grill boots from his grill. Yeah, he just sped up in here. Just ran over a couple of school kids.
It was more in the sense of, like...
Yeah, Luffy says you heard that the writing was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. Like, it was more in the sense of, like, women can be just as good as men. Like, there was at some point, there was a scene with Captain Marvel and her friend, which was, like, a flashback. And she goes, we'll show these boys how we do it.
Yeah,
like
can
that. So I was a bit like, but it was very, like, emphasized, you know?
Yeah, I have a hot take on this, Poseidon. You can tell me what you think. I was thinking about this yesterday. This is all nonsense. I'll tell you why. They're making it seem like women were hated, weren't allowed to do. But when I was growing up, it was never. And I was growing up. It's not like I'm fucking 75 years old.
Yeah.
It was never a fucking issue. And remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer? That was a full female hero. She was the lead. She was the whole part of that. Nobody ever said, yeah, but it's a girl. Everyone's like, you watch Buffy? Like, that's all. Like, nobody thought about it.
Because that's how it was
only
written.
Now they're making it seem like it's a problem. Nobody has a problem with anything.
Yeah.
Just don't push politics into it.
Yeah.
You could be like, this is a female superhero. It's amazing. Everybody's going to be like, yeah, that's cool. But if you're like, this is a female superhero, men suck and they've been holding her down. What are you talking about? Who held who down? No, nobody said anything. Just make fucking compelling movies.
And another thing that I noticed now that you said that, it had her superpowers were being held down, and it was a guy holding them down. He had a chip on her thing.
What, her superpowers are being? I thought you said like her superpower is to be held down.
No.
Her superpowers are to be held
they
down.
They were being
To bake?
No, her superpowers were being
Suppressed.
suppressed. Yes, and then she removed the chip, and
She had a chip or a collar.
a chip on her neck that suppressed her powers, and
You
she
sure it
was,
wasn't on her shoulder? You sure that chip wasn't on her shoulder? No.
and she's like, I don't need you. This whole time, like, you've been holding me back. Nah. I was like, but it was a bit like,
yeah.
I was like, you know when I
You
like,
can feel the undertones.
yes, I felt
You're a
it.
man and you've been holding me back for
Yeah,
years.
and her trainer was a man, and like,
Why do I only get 70% of the missions the guys do?
and he was like in the beginning of the movie, he's like, you don't use your emotions, use your brain. and then
You're too emotional, lady.
and then in the end, when she uses her emotions, she goes berserk with her powers. He goes.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Huh?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like
For
if she
what?
went berserk with her emotions,
It was a good thing. In the
it helped
movie.
out.
Yeah,
So you need her to be a spaz.
yeah. So like she was flying in the end and shit. Like she was full superpowers, like
Very cool.
crazy. And like there was a whole undertone of like the bad guys and good guys. Usually it's
That's not so much an undertone. That's an overtone of every superhero movie. Those
but
good
hold,
guys.
no,
and
no, but
bad
hold on.
guys.
But usually it's obvious. But they make the movie look like the good guys are like towards the end. It's like, oh no, the good guys have been the bad guys.
They have the
this whole
scrolls,
time.
no, and shit.
Yeah, and the scrolls are actually the good guys, and they're people have been oppressed.
The scrolls are not the good. The scrolls are the bad. Are they making it seem like the scrolls are the
The
good guys?
Yeah.
Are you fucking joking
I'm
right
dead
now?
serious. Yeah,
Are they doing this whole ISIS is misunderstood type of thing? Because the scrolls are bad.
something like that. Yeah.
As far as I know, people, anybody who knows this shit can correct me. I haven't read that much scroll stuff, but I remember I had comic books with the scrolls, and they were bad. They were pretending to be humans, and they wanted to take over the earth and all that shit.
Yeah. So then the
And they made them seem like they're the good guys.
the good guys, and the reason
Oh,
why
fuck
they
you
wanted
people.
the reason why they wanted the core was not so they could bomb the Republic or the Korean, whatever the fuck they're called. It's they wanted to find a home.
You're not gonna like me when the string is hanging. Fucking Alice.
Yeah, and then this whole time they're like in the movie they were like, we just want to find a home. We don't want to fight back.
The
Peace.
scrolls are misunderstood refugees, is what King Luffy's telling us.
Basically in the movie.
That is some goddamn nonsense. That
Yeah.
really,
So
we're
that's why-
changing things up like that.
You know, the thing is, if they hadn't done this, all this bullshit, it would have actually been a good movie.
It might have been a good,
Yeah.
a hot take.
Yeah. But they did all this undertone of SJW shit, and I was watching, I was like,
Come on, guys.
come on.
We can't. But you know what I did see? What's his name? James Gunn. Remember he got fired from Guardians of the Galaxy because
Yeah.
he made rape tweets or whatever, pedophile tweets.
Yeah.
He is making a new movie. It's called Brightburn, I think. I saw a trailer of it. It's a little kid like Superman. You know, he flies in, alien race, and people adopt him.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine if Superman wasn't a nice guy. He was a piece of shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Brightburn. It comes out in May, I believe.
Oh, I want to see that.
I want to see that too. Yeah.
Does this mean pedophiles make good movies, bro?
Poseidon, how many times did you... This is a question from Ellis. How many times did you jerk off to Brie Larson
0.
since watching the movie?
She has a cute face, but
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her.
And her acting too in the movie, it felt like
She was a piece of drywall.
even in the emotional scenes, it was kind of like.
Yeah, that's her thing. She's a
I was
piece
like,
of...
what the
Yeah,
fuck, bro?
I don't understand. She
Anyways.
doesn't... there's better... Anyways, my thing is I didn't want to watch it since I don't believe in racism, and since she was being fucking racist and misogynistic before in those goddamn interviews about shitting on white people. It's the same thing. If somebody came out and said, I don't know, say about Black Panther, same thing, like black people shouldn't go watch this thing or whatever, I wouldn't watch that shit. I wouldn't watch that. It's I'm equal across the whole board. I don't like it. Like, do you remember back in the day, Tommy Hilfiger? This is what I heard. Tommy Hilfiger had said that black people shouldn't wear his clothes. I stopped buying Tommy Hilfiger stuff. I was like, fuck this guy. It's closed.
Oh
bro.
yeah.
So I treat Brie Larson the same way I treat Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh, it's like Abercrombie and Fitch. Remember?
They
as
said that
well?
shit too?
He said no, something about the homeless.
The homeless shouldn't wear my clothes.
Yeah,
They can't afford your clothes. What are you
because
talking about?
people would donate like old Abercrombie and Fitch shirts.
Yeah.
But then they asked him, "Why don't you donate clothes that haven't been sold?" He goes, "I don't want homeless people to wear my clothes. They can't be."
I kind of understand him on that. You don't want those trashy fucking homeless people wearing your shit. No, but that's kind of dumb. That sounds like, but the Tommy Hilfiger thing. So I treat her just the same way I treat him. I treat everybody equal across
Yeah,
the board. I
yeah,
treat her
yeah.
the same way I treated a man. Both can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
It's the only movie I'm skipping from that whole thing.
Yeah, it was funny though because I had tickets.
Yeah, Gino is definitely, his liver is definitely, if you're reading the chat, guys, Gino Bisconte's liver, definitely Superman liver. When I was with him in New York, it was early in the morning, it was 11 a.m., and the man was downing crazy shots.
I sneezed. Sorry.
And they knew when we got to the bar, 11 a.m., they're like, we know what he wants.
Oh, and what's funny was it was empty, the movie theater, by the way.
That's a surprise. That's not funny. That's weird. Really? A lot of people took a stand, huh?
Yeah, and like
You'd be surprised. Most people don't like sexism and racism.
Well, we really noticed it. Like
It's 11 p.m. to Gino, yeah.
I had the tickets from work for free.
Yeah.
And me and Homer we didn't pay, and then but it wasn't for the IMAX one, so we're in line, and we see some guy trying to sneak into the IMAX movie theater, the IMAX version, and the security guard over there was like, "Nah." They start arguing, and then he leaves, and then they go after him. Me and Homer look at each other, and we just snuck into the IMAX one.
That's a terrible story, by the way. You're a terrible storyteller.
I'm sorry.
And also, what does that have to do with anything? What the fuck do I care if
I
it's
just
IMAX?
found it funny. Well, because it was empty, bro. It was IMAX, but like, and even the regular one, the lineup wasn't that big. Usually, it's like super long.
Yeah, for Marvel movies, I'm surprised. But I'm
I
telling you,
was like-
people are just fed up. They're like,
Yeah.
stop agenda-driven shit. Just it's a superhero movie. Go fuck yourself. So people didn't go.
We're
well.
gonna see the numbers soon.
Well, I saw the. I don't know how much it's gonna make. I'm pretty sure it'll still make money. But I saw the whole Rotten Tomatoes fiasco and all that. Where how crazy is this? So it had with the critics about 60% and with reviews about 39%.
Oof.
And then Rotten Tomatoes went and deleted thousands of reviews, user reviews, to try to level the play. They said, "Oh, they're just trolls trolling." But then there was all these reviews that were copy pasted from Disney saying the same thing over and over about how good the movie is to try to up the score, and the score still only went around 50% user review.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That means people really didn't like it.
People didn't really like it, yeah. And I'm telling you,
I
it
don't
wouldn't have,
blame
if she didn't open her mouth and act like a psycho, they would have watched it like it's a superhero movie. It would have made its money.
Yeah.
Nobody would have a problem. But she decided to be
Dumb cunt.
fucking, yeah. Well, Jesus Christ, she wasn't that bad, but she could have been, and that's what happened. Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Alita.
I didn't watch it, but that had the opposite. That had shitty critic scores and super high user
Yeah,
reviews.
and yet the hero of the movie is a woman,
A robot.
a robot woman.
They will not replace us. There's a robot, sir. That identifies as a,
But you know what?
I don't know. I haven't watched the movie, but it has a good cast, so I want to
The
check
actress
it out.
is a woman that plays the main character. Right?
No, it's a robot. So here's the thing. We rarely talk about sports here, but I do have
It's
something
true.
curious to talk about.
Yeah.
LeBron James. LeBron James?
LeBron James.
Yeah. Did you see? Yeah, Dimitri definitely Crowder helped. A lot of mug clubbers came over. They wanted to support, so they subscribed to the channel here. Yeah, it's a nice little community we're building. And it's all people that like humor. They like to fuck around. So we have a lot of shows coming up. By the way, this just thing, it was taped a few days ago, but Phil had a lot of stuff to do. So it's coming out, I think, tonight, the episode that was delayed. And we're starting again this week. Everything goes back to normal with this just thing, Pantelis Pod. Everything is going to... And I'm thinking of ideas for Poseidon. A show to do with him. I don't know what exactly yet. If you guys want to put ideas in here, like ideas that I can do with just him and maybe Phil, so not super complicated. But I do have cameras. I got microphones, so we could take him on the go. So anything with the car we could do. There's a couple of different options we have with you. I just don't know what people want to see.
The best thing I would have loved to do is we ask like political questions to people on the street.
But that's a stupid Conan type of shit. And how can you ask that? You're as dumb as you're expecting them to be, if not worse. So they're gonna know shit you don't. You're gonna ask them stuff. They're gonna be well educated. And you're gonna.
Well, no, I'm gonna get informed beforehand.
No, but how? You don't know what they're gonna say.
Well, that's why I have you.
No, but that's a stupid scenario for you. We need somebody who knows politics to do that.
Well, not just politics, but I mean like stupid questions. Like those there was a
You're
guy.
not the guy for that. You know what? You're more of we take you to a sex shop and we have you do crazy shit there. That you're that guy.
I'm that guy.
You're the guy, yeah, who asks about anal plugs. You're that guy.
You mean butt plugs?
Whatever.
It's anal beads and butt plugs.
Whatever. Well, you see, that's why you're the guy. I'm telling you, I'm great at this. You're the guy. And you think I'm crazy? I'm one step ahead of one step ahead. Yeah, it'll be interesting to have you interact in those scenarios, and then you got to try the anal beads or whatever and review them. Something of the sort. But
I'm
anyway,
not actually gonna fucking try them.
well, yeah, yes, you will.
No,
my
I
friend.
will not.
You will commit to the goddamn bit, Poseidon. All right. If you went to watch Captain Marvel,
I
you
can
can
try
do
them.
this.
I can try them on someone.
Perhaps
but
we'll
not-
do this. We'll
but
see
not
if
on
you.
myself.
We'll see if your little brothers are.
Oh Jesus
available.
Christ, bro!
So here's the thing. I was thinking grave robbing. Maybe he goes to different graves with a shovel while a family shows up. What are you doing here? None of your goddamn business. Your mother was a whore. She owes me something. So LeBron James is a reviews sex shops around Quebec. Jason, it's not a bad idea because there's a lot here. But LeBron James, I've been watching him on the Lakers. I kind of feel bad because they're not going to make the playoffs the way they're going. And he doesn't even play defense anymore. He's fighting with the team. He looks like he doesn't want to be there. It looks weird. It looks strange. Like he left to start something huge with the Lakers, and they're a joke. They're a fucking joke. It's pathetic a bit.
Do you think he's better than Michael Jackson? I mean, Michael Jordan.
I think he's I think he's very similar to Michael Jackson. I think he has
I meant to say Michael Jordan, bro.
he motivated a lot of young kids to play with balls. He does have parallels to Jackson, I'll tell you that much. I'll agree with you there, you fucking idiot.
That's not what I meant to say.
I don't know, he's more physical than Michael Jordan, I'll tell you that. He's built better, he's good down low, but I don't know, man. Michael Jordan is always going to be Michael Jordan, man.
Yeah.
Better at being a pedophile. Yeah, Alice is like, Jesus Christ, Poseidon. Made this. Oh yeah. The Iron Sheik did the same thing. The Iron Sheik was like, "Fuck the Michael Jordan Jackson." Yeah, yeah. It is. It's a common mistake to make though, right?
Who's the Iron Sheik?
You don't know why am I surprised? If you guys watched the last episode of Two Drink Minimum on Compound Media the other day, Poseidon is missing a lot of info. We're no longer shocked, me and Mike, with you.
Yeah.
We've learned to just accept it. There are just things he doesn't fucking know, and things that you'd think he would know. But you don't know who the Iron Sheik is.
No.
He's gonna humble you one day. How do you? I don't know what to tell you.
What does he do?
Right now,
Yeah.
he yells. He yells. He's a professional wrestler.
Okay.
He was making people humble. He was putting them in the camel clutch.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying these things, but you're eating your hands. Why would you know? Why would you? I'm asking the guy who's eating his hands. You don't know who the Iron Sheik is?
It's just itchy. I'm not eating my hands, bro.
Like maybe it's herpes.
No, it's not, bro.
Yeah. What are you doing?
It's just a piece of dead skin.
Yeah, all right. Calm down. It's good. It's good that you know how to be a good on-air personality. How's everyone doing today? I'm dead skin on my finger. Fucking weirdo.
It's just itchy, bro. Relax.
So I'll tell you what I was talking about with Phil for future projects.
See, I like to fill my hole.
Phil, my hole's gonna happen. I just need him to get unbusy. I was thinking, remember the pilot we shot for Pantelis, the show?
Mm-hmm.
Continuing that, making like another 5 episodes made for YouTube, made for this channel.
That would be awesome.
And then we flash back to that pilot episode because I'm not happy with the pilot episode. For me, it's cringy because we did it too fast and it feels stupid.
Yeah.
We weren't really acting, and yet still funny. Best scene right there is you trying to pick me up from the airport. Yeah. So I'm thinking of doing that.
I'm going to say it.
Rageaholic is a dumbass though. Thinks the UFC is a work like the WWE. Oh, does the Sheik think that the UFC is a work? That's fucking funny. You know what is a work sometimes? Like obviously they overhype some of the rivalries. Like some people don't really dislike each other. They fuck around. I know that from a UFC fighter. But no, they actually are fighting. However, something funny I saw in the news, in the real news, they were talking about Ronda Rousey. They're like, Ronda Rousey goes off script and says that wrestling is fake.
But it is.
Is that off script? I'm pretty sure that was scripted too. She's like, I could beat these women up in real life. It's all fake. But everybody knows it's fake. And I'm pretty sure that's a work. They're just they're making it seem more intense.
Yeah.
Like Ronda Rousey has had enough. Her next professional wrestling fight, is she gonna take it for real and break a bitch's arm? That's all they're trying to do is just sell tickets,
I know.
right?
But like everyone knew it was fucking fake. Even as a kid, to a certain extent, I'm like, this seems kind of fake. You know?
Guy on the left, you remind me of Impractical Jokers. You're talking about Poseidon is his name, because Dimitri's new. That is Poseidon, a goddamn warlock hero. He's a buffoon, but he's our buffoon. And he reminds you of Practical Jokers. He probably reminds you with his haircut and from that angle of Sal Volcano, I think. He reminds you of Sal probably. Tell me if I'm wrong. Dimitri, tell me if I'm wrong. Sal Volcano? Yeah. You ever watch Impractical Jokers? Why did I ask that? Why did I fucking ask that? Do you know what Christmas is? No. Fucking guy. So here's the thing, Dimitri, you're going to learn about this guy. And people in the chat could tell you. He's very misinformed and at the same time incredibly uninformed. So there's certain things that he knows.
Only about pop culture.
Only about everything around him. So there's certain things that you would think he would know of, but he doesn't know at all that they exist. And there's certain things that you think are commonplace, everybody should know, and he's completely misinformed about it. You know, it's the weird. You'll see. He's a complete artard, Dimitri, like Marvin's telling you. By the way, guys, yeah. So the chat is growing bigger. I'm gonna share the Discord for anybody who doesn't know that we have a Discord going on. Bam. Marvin actually, now that we're talking about that Discord, shares some of the funniest things on that Discord, and he's the one who introduced me to some stupid Australian comedian that I hate. Remember the one of Grandpa's Search History or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that dumb cunt.
Yeah, you want to... Jesus Christ, Poseidon, you're just throwing that C word. It's losing all its meaning. And it's pronounced cunt. Not sunt.
I didn't say son.
What'd you say?
Cunt.
I'm just trying to get you to say it again.
Oh, okay.
I want to get that. Yeah, Demi Lardass or whatever. I don't like her.
Not to be
Marvin puts the
mistaken
hearts.
with Demi Lovato, which is fucking hot. Is Demi
Lovato hot? I don't know. Isn't she the one that... didn't she die? Didn't she overdose on heroin or some shit?
No, she went into rehab or something, but...
Yeah, wasn't she telling people how clean she was?
And then she was caught doing drugs after or some shit. Yeah, Demi Lovato's hot, bro. You haven't seen the naked videos and shit?
No.
Bro,
Where did you get these naked videos?
Bro, on the intranets.
Intranets.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't. She is a shame to my nation.
Why? What nationality is she?
I don't know what the Lovato is, but Demi Lovato. Well, here's the other thing. You know how you said you saw it on the internet? You know when that shit comes out, like the stuff that's not on purpose, not the sex tapes where they're like, I don't know how this got out, but it's all produced.
Yeah.
When like people go into the cloud and they steal shit, I don't like to look at those pictures or videos because I don't like the thievery of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like going to other people. Like, it wasn't meant. When they're like, I don't know how this sex tape got out, different story. We know that they're getting paid for it. I don't care. But when they go and they steal your shit and they put out like dick pics or whatever the fuck, that I'm never a fan of because I don't like people. I don't like them mixing with the
disrespecting
private
of privacy.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. Even though there's certain actors and stuff or whatever people that I don't like, I don't support that shit. I don't like that stuff. But that some of them are fucking idiots. Yeah, of course. Let's see. It's all the prison and the whores. She's fascinatingly terrible. What the fuck is wrong with Aussie comedy? Australia in general. Marvin, I don't know if it's Aussie comedy because they've had some good comics, I think, come out of Australia.
And actors too, bro. A lot of good actors come from Australia.
Yeah, they like theater there. They do have a lot of good actors. That's true. And
Like,
that Thor guy is from Australia, no? Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth, the guy that keeps dying in movies. What's his name? Sean.
Hannity.
No, Sean Bean was it? He's in Lord of the Rings. He dies in Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, the first one.
Frodo.
No, Frodo doesn't die.
I don't know. I don't remember.
The guy with the shield and shit, bro. He's in the forest and he gets shot by arrows.
Oh, Aragorn.
No, that's
Legolas.
No, Boromir, I think was it.
I don't fucking know.
Whatever, bro.
Okay. Sean Bean is what Tom Tanaka and Baird is saying.
Yes.
Thank you for having Poseidon's back. This name sounds familiar. If I see his face, I'll probably recognize him. Is he an Aussie? They're saying. Are you sure he's Australian?
I think so. Yeah.
They don't. Somebody, Poseidon, don't do the research. Don't do. They're gonna do the research for you right now and let us know if you're a retard. Put the phone away. Put the phone away, Poseidon.
Yeah.
Poseidon, you're live streaming. Put the phone away. Yeah. This close to never coming back on Pantelis Live. We already had to fight to keep him on 2 drink minimum because too many people keep complaining about him. Well, we're trying to keep him. Yeah. No, a lot of them are complaining about you too.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I can say he's a retard without searching. Yeah. They didn't even have to do a Google search. Like Poseidon, retard. So that's one of the things I want to talk about is that Luke Perry died.
Who is that again?
Jesus fucking Christ. It's like a goddamn running gag. Beverly Hills 90210. You ever heard of Jesus Christ?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
He turned water into wine, bro.
That's it. That's all he's famous
Greatest
for.
miracle of all time.
That's all he's famous for. The guy was an alcoholic. It was a raging time back in the day. It was always a party when Jesus was around. Let me tell you. Is that all? Is that all you know about Jesus? Yeah.
Yeah, and he made a blind man see again. He walked on water.
Just typical stuff.
And he came back to life after 3 days.
Okay.
He was put on a cross
Okay.
for being a nice guy.
Is that why they put him on the cross for being
Yeah.
a nice guy? They're like, you're too nice, bro. We can't have this. We're all assholes. You're making us look bad. Is that what it was? Yeah.
Along the lines.
Okay. All right. So Luke Perry, the reason why it's kind of it's sad is because a lot of us, except for the guy living in a cave, kind of grew up with that. Like 90210. I remember when I was young.
What is 90210?
Beverly Hills 90210 was a show. It was
I know it's the area code
it-
of Beverly Hills, but
No, but that area code became popular because of that show. It was it was a serial, like drama, but for teens. Kind of, Remember how Degrassi was and all that? But they wouldn't get as hardcore as the 80s Degrassi in Canada. You ever notice that shit? Like they go like for Degrassi, if you look at the 80s, they tackled shit that now nobody wants to talk about. AIDS,
really?
abusive parents, heroin.
Really?
Yeah, I remember I was young. I was like, what is happening in this world? That was crazy. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they didn't fuck around back then. They're like, if we're going to make this goddamn show, it needs to be real. Kids were having abortions. It was crazy.
God damn.
Yeah. It was nuts. Let's see. Altar Boy. Perry's son is a wrestler in AEW named Jungle Boy. His name Jungle Boy?
Why didn't he just call himself Tarzan?
Or Mowgli?
Yeah.
Ray Miller. Ray's like, Altar Boy? He was trying to make a joke. He's like, never mind. I'm gonna stop, I guess. Ray, I don't know. I would love to joke with you, but I who's Keith? Oh shit, Keith Flint died. What? Who else died this month? How many people died this month? There was someone else
There
too.
was a lot of people that died. I kept seeing RIP. Like R.I.P. R.I.P.
A lot of people died this month. How do you know? I kept seeing RIP. A lot of RIPs out there, bro. A lot of my dogs.
Hold on, celebrities that died in February.
King Kong Bundy died. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, a lot of wrestlers. The Prodigy thing. Yeah, Prodigy fucking died. Yeah. Jesus Christ. That's his name, man. Yeah.
There's a list. Diane Oxbury, Clive Swift, Albert Finney, Gordon Banks.
Give me the phone, Poseidon.
Okay,
I don't
fine.
think you're understanding this live streaming thing. Yeah, a lot of people fucking... Yeah, that was his name. It was Keith Flint. I remember when they said Prodigy, I thought the whole band got into an accident. But, yeah, it always happens in threes, they say, which is nonsense. It's just that a lot of people die all the time. And, we just group them in together. It could be a month. It could be 2 months. Point is, a lot of people did die this week. Luckily, everyone watching right now and everyone here is still alive. I mean, if we had to make an exception, we know where exceptions would be made. But we're all here. Yo,
Yeah.
did you see the Google thing about, how Google was talking about how women were underpaid and people there were complaining? They did a study and apparently women were making a lot more than men for the same job.
Really?
Yeah, fucking embarrassing. So they basically, the whole thing started because they wanted to prove that men were making more for the same job, and the opposite came out.
So who's really being sexist here?
Them, 100%.
Exactly.
What they did is they did the whole overcompensation thing, right? They got scared. Like, I don't want nobody to think we're sexist, so we're going to fuck these guys over. But that's not what equality is. Equality is don't fuck anybody over. Everybody, we do the same thing, we get the same thing. That's what equality would be.
Yeah.
But... to their credit, those ladies might have been just ferocious negotiators. You don't know. Yeah. Point is, that's fucking hilarious.
When
you're trying to prove something and you disprove yourself and prove the complete opposite, that's deadly hilarious.
Or what about what happened with PETA? How do you say it?
Pedophiles, what?
No, PETA.
Yeah, what happened?
Where they attacked Steve Irwin.
Oh, that was last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old news, Poseidon.
Well, it was a few days ago last month.
No, but it really was like a month ago, and we already talked about that.
We did?
Yeah. I
forgot.
Yeah, they went after... You don't go after... But here's the thing. So Michael Jackson... we'll get back to some other things later, but Michael Jackson... Mike shocked the fuck out of me telling me about Neverland, the Finding Neverland, or whatever fuck that documentary was called. Because those two kids I know, those two adults now, that spoke out about it were the same kids that got him off the first time. They're trying to get us to believe that they got him off many times before that court case. Are they to be believed is what I was saying.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people defending Michael Jackson online.
It's not that I'm going to defend him. I don't know the guy.
No, you're
It's
not defending.
just, if you one day, you're in your 20s and you're able to put this guy behind bars and you say, no, he didn't do anything, you guys are all liars. And then now, when you need money, because that's what they said apparently both of them had a lot of money troubles, you come out with this documentary and say you were molested and try to get money from his estate, it's suspicious. Now, at the same time, he was dressed like an alien wizard, the guy. Like, he wasn't the sanest person.
It doesn't help his case, definitely. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Did he really do it?
I don't know. It seems they knew some details, or they must have got together to talk about it. Like, that's a fucked up thing to make up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey Feldman stopped defending him. Yeah, Corey Feldman started, which also made me think about it. Like, if he believes them, right? Like, if he listened to what they said and he's been molested and he thought that, oh, yeah, that's exactly what a molester would do or something like that. Plus all those closets and the bells where people are coming in.
Secret entrances.
Yeah, there's a lot of fuckery there. It's hard to, you know?
It is strange.
Dimitri, thank you for fucking being on board. Yeah, this is what Pantelis Live is about, by the way. The guys that have been here from the start already know it. The reason why I do this, and it's different from 2 Drink Minimum or Pantelis Podcast, is because it's about just fucking around with you guys. So whatever you guys say in here, whatever we talk about, it's for the interactions. That's why this show exists. But yeah, keep on writing, guys. We'll talk about whatever you want.
What about R. Kelly?
What about R. Kelly?
Did you see the interview on what was it, CBS?
Yeah, when he on Gilkin when he fucking went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you believe him?
What do you mean? Do I believe him?
Do you believe? Because he's saying it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. They're trying to smear R. Kelly's good name.
Really?
You're telling me you think R. Kelly ran a cult? Hold on a second, Poseidon. You think R. Kelly fucked 14-year-old girls while knowing about it? That's suspicious. Are you telling me that you think R. Kelly, the guy who on video was telling a girl, show me that 14-year-old pussy, you're telling me he was fucking
there was
kids?
a video. There's a video of, oh my God. Okay.
So here's what happened a few weeks ago. Avenatti, who's another, the lawyer against him, who's a piece of shit, Avenatti too, but whatever. He's like, one of the videos where R. Kelly's like, I didn't know she was 14. In the video, he's like, yo, give me some of that 14-year-old ass. He's like, I had no idea. How was I supposed to know?
You know what I noticed? He sings while he talks.
Yeah, he's a good singer. We're not going to take that away from him. I'm going to be honest here. We're not going to take that away from him.
Even when you talk in a normal conversation, like at some point when it goes off, it sounds like he starts singing. Like in the interview, he stands up and he looks like he's singing, bro.
Gail, yo, make me feel bad. My feelings are so hurt. How was I supposed to know she was 14? Bitch, look 15. So stupid. And we do watch Trailer Park Boys, by the way. I haven't watched in a bit, but yeah, we love Trailer Park Boys, Dimitri. Oh yeah, we changed the clocks, Tom. Fucking, which ruined my day a bit too. It was a little,
yeah,
you know,
went forward. Yeah,
that's why I thought it was the middle of the afternoon. I go, you still sleeping? He's like, no, I'm just laying in bed. But you can hear that he's sleeping when I call him. He sleeps all the time. If he's not working, he's sleeping.
Well, I'm catching up.
The R. Kelly finishing school run by Poseidon. Could you imagine? Toasty's even laughing at Poseidon. Could you imagine Poseidon and R. Kelly, but in an interview session? Like if right here we had R. Kelly, but it was Poseidon conducting the interview. Well, bro, how hot were those girls though, bro? Like I seen some girls, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna risk it all. And R. Kelly's trying to defend himself. Poseidon, I didn't touch her. Wink, wink. So stupid. Yeah, there was videos of him pissing on people. There was videos of him. There was videos back in the day of him pissing on a girl where then they went to court and he claimed, yo, that ain't me, that's my brother.
And then his brother took the fall.
Yeah, his brother's like, what are you talking about?
His brother went to jail.
I don't know if he went to jail or something like that, but there was all kinds of weird shit. Like, we know he fucked around. It's not I'm just surprised it took this long. It's strange that now everybody's getting fucked over by documentaries. Like, the courts don't do anything unless there's a documentary about it. Isn't that strange?
Because now it's in the public's eye, I guess.
But it shouldn't matter in the court, right? Because in the end, whether it's the public or not, the court needs to do its due diligence.
But money talks, bullshit walks, right?
The anonymous donor that got him out of jail, Dimitri, that you bring that up, did you see that woman a few weeks ago that posted the $100,000 bail? Some fucking idiot woman who got him out the first. Basically, his bail was set to 100 G's, and some woman went and paid the bail. She's like, he's innocent. I love him. I've been listening to music forever.
Really?
Yeah. Shit, you could like someone's music. It doesn't mean that they don't do wrong.
Man, what possesses these people to do shit like that?
They become obsessed with the person. They think, because music makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And R. Kelly has a lot of fun songs.
Yeah.
So
My favorite one is Cookie.
I don't even know what that is, but I believe it must be good if you like it. It's Cookie? Is it about cookies?
Yeah.
All right, of course you
Women's
would love
cookies.
it. Women's cookies. Of course you would love it.
The cookie between the legs.
So they think that he's talking to them.
Yeah.
And they just become so attached that they can't do wrong. But here's the thing that I always tell people. Always be suspicious, and it's usually politicians that do this. Anyone that acts like they can't do any wrong, they can't apologize, they've never done anything bad, be wary of them because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
No human being is
100%.
perfect 100%. So if they're trying, if they believe themselves that they're perfect, that's fucking crazy. Do you know? Like, think about the mistakes you made. I probably made 8 mistakes coming here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking insane.
But it's
How
part
do you
of
not
life.
make mistakes?
We're humans.
It's suspicious. It's fucking suspicious. It's very suspicious. The second somebody says that, like that Cortez broad in the States, who she keeps doing stupid shit and then covering it up, instead of being like, look, yeah, that was fucking stupid. That's why I removed it off my website. Not like, no, you guys are wrong. It's a great plan to pay people that don't want to work, that are unwilling to work. And then we're like, why'd you take it off your website? What? It was never there. What are you talking? And then people are showing screenshots like, what are you fucking talking about? You know it's stupid. Just admit that was overreaching.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like at work. Whenever I fuck up bad, and they ask me why you did.
Dimitri's like, you said, I don't like this no more. You said no one's perfect. We're all broken. I mean, at least we didn't get molested.
Yeah,
there's a plus.
That's true. It's like when they respect me at work because whenever I fuck up,
they don't. That's a fucking. They don't respect you at work.
Well, the higher ups respect.
They
me.
respect me at work. You're just gonna lie every episode.
I'm not lying, bro. They do. And if I make a mistake and they go, "Why you did this?" and I go, yeah, to be honest, I wasn't thinking about it. I fucked up, and it's fine after. But if you try to lie and be like, "Oh, but because no, this and that," and you try to they look at the managers and the higher ups will look at, he's being shady about it,
Yeah, I like how expressive you're. And then the shady. And people are like, what is he fucking saying? It's like, I just tuned in. I'm watching this live, and all I heard was a fat guy go, my boss respect me. I said, you don't do that, man. Like, what are you, having a stroke? What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. Yeah, Sugar Sammy likes Poseidon. Sugar Sammy's a good dude. He, so stupid. Zapatzuli. Nick, he's definitely a Zapatzizer. Big Sexy's on, too. He's
Yo, what's up, man?
Jesus Christ, though. Yeah, very, very étrange, very strange man. So, point is, no one's perfect. Is that what we're getting at, Poseidon? That no one's perfect? Things that people should know about. Also, Will Smith, not black enough.
Oh, yeah, I read that, bro. I was freaking out.
So apparently Will Smith was cast to play Serena Williams' father, Serena and Venus Williams' father in the movie, and then people got mad. They're like, Will Smith, he's not black enough to play a black guy.
But he's black.
What do you want? What do you want? Like, I don't. When will you psychos be happy?
They want, you know what they want? They want chalkboard black.
But what is chalkboard black?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like
chalkboard?
Oh, you mean like the color deep black?
Yeah.
But that's stupid because shouldn't you get the best actor for the role that could pull it off?
But they don't care about that.
This is so dumb. Like how? It doesn't make any sense. He's not black enough. Like culturally, like how is he not black enough? What do you want the guy to do? It's Will Smith. I'd want Will Smith to play me in a movie.
Yeah.
Like we're doing the Pantelis biopic. The asshole picked Will Smith. He's just making it difficult on all of us for post-production. I want Will Smith, but he needs to do it in whiteface. We're breaking down barriers. Yeah, isn't that fucked up, though? He's not black enough. Fuck you, he's not black enough. When are you going to be happy? Do you need... I don't understand. Is Caitlyn Jenner supposed to play Hillary Clinton for you to be happy?
Oh,
that would make me happy, though. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. But it's a small group
They're
of people.
both ball busters.
You know what it is? It's people. It's a small group of people who don't get attention in their life. They look like goblins. Nobody wants to fuck them, so they don't get attention enough in life. Okay, and they're this loud and they bitch about stupid shit They just want to be heard. They just want attention.
Can I tell you something? A couple of things that came up in the chat that are correct.
See.
So Marvin brings up that De Niro wears lifts. And by the way, also Tom Cruise in every movie does everything possible to look taller than the women because they're always taller than him. It's true, though. They do that.
That's embarrassing.
Fucking why can't Will Smith just wear a little bit of dark makeup and let him play the goddamn role? And then have Poseidon employees ever watch this? No, his coworkers, Coco, haven't watched this, I'm pretty sure, because they would hate him. Then again, he's already there. But they would hate him even more if they would watch
They already
this.
do hate me.
Yeah. That's why I don't like him personally. Let's see, he doesn't like Will Smith because he's just playing Will Smith in every movie. That is true. Will
What?
Smith does play Will Smith. It's always kind of the same character, Will Smith.
What you mean?
Like Will Smith in every movie is kind of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's always, like, look at him in all the movies.
Well, not in
Like, even if Will Smith were to play Obama, right?
he would Will Smith it up.
He would Will Smith it up. He'd show up and be like, "Damn, what's happening in Miami, guys?" You know, it's like you're Obama. What are you doing? He's like, Miami.
But what about that that movie there? I am alive.
Legend.
I am Legend. Yes.
He played Will Smith with a dog fighting zombies. Is what he played. I'm not shitting on the movie.
You know why I'm pissed off right now.
He's playing. You know what? He's playing Will Smith in Blueface for Aladdin.
Yeah,
That's true,
but you know why I'm pissed off right now?
Paper Mario's good.
Because this is true, and I never noticed my whole fucking life. And now that I'm thinking about it, every fucking movie he made, it's fucking true. And now I'm pissed off. I'm
Why
not
are you
happy.
pissed off?
I don't know. I'm just not happy about it.
It's always the Fresh Prince. He got out of Bel-Air and he started fucking... he started living his life. Bad Boys was a good movie. The whole Bad Boy... Everybody loves Bad Boys. Bad Boys was fun.
Bad Boys 2, bro.
I don't
That
know
was
if the new one... There's Bad Boys 3 they're making, right? I don't know if it's going to be any good. Sometimes the well's dry. You got to leave it. Like, they're going back to it, 20 years later? Maybe there's a reason there hasn't been one that was made... Also, practical effects. Are they going to use practical effects or CGI? Because I was a big fan of practical effects. I like real cars getting destroyed.
Yeah. I love that shit, too.
You know what I'm talking about? When they actually put real cars in the street and they instead of CGI, you could tell the difference. I prefer practical effects.
But what
now,
costs more
granted,
money?
it is stupid to blow up real cars, but for a movie...
What costs more money, the real car or a fake car?
Depends. There's certain CGI shit. Well, real car, you can get beaters, but real cars normally they're just shells, right? So they're not. It's not like they buy one off the lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it totally depends. And also permits, stunt doubles, all that shit that costs money too. But some CGI costs a lot of money. Like
Really?
a lot of the Marvel budget, except for the big actor, goes just to the CGI shit to make it look good. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, like I was watching some scenes in Captain Marvel, and I was like, "Fuck, how do they do that, man?"
Paper Mario's like...
What?
No, it was Jared. I think Jared Wilson has a show idea. Poseidon interviews horse lovers. The show would be named Hoof-Hearted.
Actually, I'd be down.
Of course
'Cause
you'd be down. You're an idiot.
I would mock them because I saw a video, bro. Okay, so it's girls. What they do is those fake horses. You know the horse on a stick type of shit. They have events, bro. Okay?
Yeah, Tara, Jet Li was always Jet Li in every movie. It's true.
They have events where girls are riding the horses on a stick, like it's a stick.
Oh, it's a fake. Yeah,
It's a fake horse.
It's a hobby. It's like a competition.
Yeah,
I've seen
bro,
that.
and they're jumping over barriers, bro, as if they're actual horses. Bro.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, people are nuts, Poseidon. Did you just
What
learn?
the fuck, man?
You could. I found out that if you look hard enough, you could find a group for anything.
God damn.
Yeah, lovers of anything, practicers of anything. It's fucking insane. Yeah, but I remember the horse thing. Girls with the stick between their legs and the horse head, and they're doing tricks. And
That's not even as bad. There was a video I saw with Ben Shapiro was commenting on it. It was dudes. It was how do you call those women? Dominatrixes.
Dominatrixes, yeah.
Yeah?
Like the ones that whip you and shit.
Yeah, they would dress up dudes as horses.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
they would dress up dudes as horses.
How do you dress a guy up as horses? You give him fucking shoes, metal shoes. I don't understand.
They would wear like a horse mask.
Are
And
you
everything,
joking right now?
And the leather suit and everything. I'm dead serious. Hold on. And they would attach them to a carriage. The dominatrix would sit in the carriage.
Hold on. I
She would
gotta get camera on you for this one. You gotta let them know.
She would whip the dude that they would dominate, and he had to carry her around and dress as a horse, and she was in a horse carriage, and he would walk around. He was tied to a horse carriage, type of shit.
and you walked in on your parents doing this.
What?
How did you find out about this?
It was Ben Shapiro was commenting on it.
Fucking
was like,
little Shapiro. Jesus
He
Christ.
was like, "What the fuck is going on?" You know, because there was something that these people were complaining about something. Because people thought they were weirdos. And
people thought they were weirdos.
And then they were like,
Yeah,
"We're
yeah.
not weirdos.
We're not weirdos. There's nothing weird about what we're doing.
We're just a different
except
normal."
for the fact that it's fucking weird as shit. Here's the thing. I feel like we stopped being allowed to tell the truth about weirdos. You feel like this? I feel like now everyone's like super. Because one of Crowder's videos, it was a while ago but he just shared it today. It was the one with him and Not Gay Jared. They went into Target and restaurants, and Not Gay Jared was pretending to be a gay guy with a little dog. He had a real little dog. And Crowder had his Hopper, the regular big dog, and he's like, oh, he identifies as a little dog, though. And people in a restaurant were kicking Crowder out because he had the dog. Dog's not allowed here. But they were letting Not Gay Jared with a little dog. And he's like, I'll leave as soon as this fucking fairy leaves with his little dog. And he's like, fuck you, are you throwing shade at me? He's going. And they let the guy with the little dog stay. Because they were scared, yeah.
What a bunch
Same
of
thing.
fags.
Changing room was they did a prank where he was in the wrong changing room, and then they went to confront him, and he's like, no, I identify as I forgot what, and I'm sick of all the harassment in the males thing, so I went in with the women, and the guy's like, oh, okay. They didn't want to fight it. They didn't want to be like, you're a fucking dude, get out of here. They didn't want to fight it. They're like, oh, okay, I don't want to get sued. Okay, fine, just go with the ladies.
Sued. There's no legal ground for him to get sued.
Yeah, he could say that he's being. That's the crazy part now is he could say that he's a victim. That they didn't acknowledge what he identified as. It's very tricky. You saw there's a campus, I think, where a bunch of girls now are suing the school because they're letting transgender people use their bathrooms. So they're like, no, we don't want dudes in our bathrooms. Yeah, it's all fucking nuts out there.
Bro, some people as kids didn't get enough beatings, and it fucking shows.
Later, Dimitri. Keep it gangster. You can watch the rest of this. It should be up later. Yeah, Dimitri's a nice addition to the gang.
Very nice.
Yeah.
But did you hear what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Some people as kids didn't get enough beatings. Yeah. And it fucking shows.
Some kids just didn't get molested enough.
No, whoa. Not molested, bro. Relax, bro.
Yeah.
But now whenever kids throw a temper tantrum, I've noticed in stores and stuff, the mother just either ignores.
How many times do you see? I don't really see that often. I have seen shit.
I used to work in malls, so I've seen a lot of shit. Whenever kids throw temper tantrums, they would do, sweetie, it's all right. Nah, nah, nah. They baby them. Me, bro, when I was a kid and I threw a temper tantrum, bro, I'd get scaffed in the face.
Scaffed?
Like backhanded.
Is that a new word though? Scaffed?
No, I've heard it before.
From who?
From people, bro.
That's a lie. Scaffed in the face.
Yeah, from
Scoff.
Italians.
Scoff means to eat. Let's scoff.
No, scaffed, like a scaff.
It's an Italian thing.
Yeah.
All right, Italians. Let me know if he's fucking lying. We got a lot of Italians watching, so if you're lying, they're going to catch you on it, and they're going to fucking scaff you in the dick. They don't like to be lied about. Let's see. Toasty, what are you saying? You had this happen at a beach with your Great Dane. No dogs allowed unless they are under 10 pounds. Yeah, it makes 0 sense. Dog shit is dog shit. It's the other thing I have the problem with apartments here, too, where they tell you only certain animals are allowed or no dogs allowed. Or the reasoning behind the dog is they go, it's going to destroy the apartment, right? But what's the difference if the dog destroys or if I destroy it? Are you telling me that if I go in the house and I don't have a dog and I destroy the apartment, I'm not on the hook? I'm still going to owe the money. Like, I'm still, right? Yeah. Whether it's me or a dog that does it, it doesn't make any sense.
I never understood that rule, no dogs. I never understood it.
I don't know. And I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
Even big dogs. First of all, big dogs in an apartment is bad for the dog.
Big dogs in an apartment? Well, it depends on the apartment.
Well,
no, it depends on how often you take them out. If there's a yard, all kinds of shit.
But big dogs, you got to take them out more often.
My little dog is like a cat.
Yeah. Like, my dog is a small dog, too. But my dog, because it's small, it runs around the house. So it has enough space in the house to run around and be, like, energetic and shit and run and get its exercise.
Yeah.
But a big dog doesn't have that space in an apartment. So you need to take it out a lot more often.
Yeah,
or you need a big backyard or
But
something.
here's the other problem. There's a lot of big dogs in the city, and cities like this, there's mostly apartments in the inner city, right?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
Bro.
Let's see. You have a point, Poseidon. Parents don't use the phrase smarten the fuck up. Yeah, it's... I don't know. It's not all parent, but I do see it. Like, I know parents that are just... and I don't mean too soft. Like, I don't want you to do anything to the kid. I think the problem is talking. They don't talk. Because even me to my nephews, like, I don't fucking beat them up, but I'll talk. I'll tell them, like, hey,
Yeah.
this is why you shouldn't do this. I try to explain to them, not just, no, stop doing that.
Yeah.
What are you doing? That's dumb. This is what's going to end up happening if you do this. You know, you just try to reason with them.
Yeah.
But people are just like, stop.
Like when I was a kid, though, it was the other extreme. Like I remember when my mother used to bring me and my brothers to soccer practice.
Yeah, Nick is asking how often I take you out. I take him out enough to take his shits. Okay, and that's it. He takes his shit and then he goes back home. I can't have him biting people.
Wait,
He's
what?
got this weird thing outside where he fucking...
Oh, you calling me a dog, bro? I am a bit
They're
of a
calling
dog.
you a goddamn dog, right? Nick's calling you
am
a
a
fucking
dog.
dog. Is he housebroken? He breaks into houses. He busts balls. That's what he does. Go on.
Yeah, so she used to take us to soccer practice, and she would tear, you know, those long branches from those trees that had thorns, and it was really long, and she would whip us with it if we didn't behave.
Well, that's a bit extreme.
Yeah,
It
like I
shouldn't-
was on the other extreme,
But it shouldn't get to that. I
but
think
we
like
were also very shit kids.
I was gonna say, there's some. Look, I'm gonna be honest here. There are some kids. No amount of discipline is gonna make them better. You've met people like that.
I'm a
who
prime
Are
example.
sociopaths? No, I'm talking about sociopaths.
Oh.
There's psychopaths, there's sociopaths. I mean real ones, not like this guy's crazy because he murdered someone. That's a psycho. It's more rare than the psychopaths that you see in the corporate world.
Yeah.
Those psycho sociopaths, the ones that like put on a facade, but they have no empathy. They lack empathy. That's what makes them crazy. There's a book about this called The Psychopath Test, and they lack. And a lot of them, they say, are I think 25% of people in jails are psychopaths, and 50% or higher are CEOs of major companies in the
Goddamn.
world. Yeah, and they lack empathy. So they're willing to fuck you over for $10. You know, they're willing to fucking your family starve just so they could get a little bit ahead. That's a lack of empathy.
Yeah.
They're not like, all right, let's be reasonable, let's figure this out so everybody wins. No, they're, yeah,
God damn. Yeah, that's next level shit.
of course, it's next level shit.
That reminds me of someone.
Who?
I'm not gonna say on the show.
Joe Rogan?
No,
Okay,
just I can't say it's.
it's someone you know personally.
Yeah,
Do they watch the show?
no.
You could say it.
But who knows if they stumble upon it?
It would be nice if they would.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, you see, even Tara's like, Jesus Christ, branch whips are a little hard. It's harsh. It's definitely harsh.
But you know what, man? She only did this one because we were 3 boys, bro. Imagine a single mom with 3 boys trying to control them.
Yeah.
It was the only time we would behave because we would run around, cause problems. So whenever she would tear one off the tree, we would like be in line, you know. But I think she only whipped me once with it. But I was really being like a big piece of shit. Like I was throwing a temper tantrum for ice cream,
Uh-huh.
and she was like, "Oh yeah, you want ice cream?" Goes. Tears the branch off in front of everyone. Okay, I don't want ice cream.
It could have been worse.
Yeah. It wasn't like she wasn't whipping my face.
It's not like she grabbed your brother's dick, ripped it out, and beat you with his discarded
Exactly.
penis.
Yeah,
That would have
yeah.
been, yeah.
That was not. Or like this one time, I remember I threw a temper tantrum for a Kinder Egg in Jean Coutu.
You threw it like, I want the Kinder Egg.
Yeah.
Inside the pharmacy.
Inside the
the drugstore, sir.
Bro.
Oh boy.
So she goes. So she didn't say nothing. She goes, okay. No. She goes, no. She kept telling me, no. And
Jared, stop fucking bragging about the goddamn beach, making us jealous. There's the fucking like 3 feet of snow here. But you know what? Have fun.
where's
Enjoy
Jared?
yourself.
Where's Jared?
Jared, where are you right now when you're going to the beach? You fucker. He's gonna tell us right now. But he's going to the beach. He might be down south.
Miami.
He could be west. He could be in LA.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, or anywhere in California. You can still get to the beach. Let's see. Come here, boy. And take your whooping. Iqaluta. That's where he is. Yeah. But yeah,
Snowy beach.
So Jared, enjoy your time on the beach. Stay away from Poseidon shit that you might find in the sand, and just enjoy yourself.
Poseidon shit.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm a dog.
Oh, is that it?
Oh.
Okay, that took you a while. But yeah, go on about the Kinder Egg.
So
And by the way, Kinder Egg, I know some Americans don't know what it is because they don't allow it or some shit. It's those chocolate
illegal,
eggs
yeah.
that they have toys inside. But the toys are also in a plastic covering, but still it's too dangerous for you guys apparently. I don't want to say, but Tampa Bay. Yeah, Ray, he might be in Tampa Bay.
So what happened was, she didn't buy it, and I started screaming and crying in the Jean Coutu. She was okay, and I remember we go in the car, and we drive off, and at some point at a red light, she just turns around and just starts pinching my legs.
Okay.
But like pinching, like really hardcore pinching. My legs were black and blue. I never threw a temper tantrum in Jean Coutu ever again in my life.
Okay,
in the store.
that's a little crazy though.
Yeah.
That's a little excessive. That's what Tara would refer to as harsh.
Yeah.
I would refer to as goddamn insane. Bit
I've been
much.
stabbed with a fork.
Yeah, you told us that you were stabbed with a fork by your mother. Yeah,
A
which
wooden spoon has been broken off my head.
yeah. In her defense, though, you're her kid.
Yeah.
I may have lost my mind a long time ago as well. Yeah, but a little harsh. Let's say American children are too dumb to not eat the toy or what. Yeah, what the fuck? It's weird, Pepper Mario. I don't know why they do that. It's not. It has nothing to do with. They don't think American kids are dumb. It's just the people that make these rules are fucking idiots because they allow like processed shit that kills people and causes cancer. And like this is fine because they're making money off it. But fucking the Kinder Surprise toy, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on in the world. So that is fucked up. I'm sorry you got pinched and stabbed.
It's okay. Imagine if I didn't. How much of more of a piece of shit I would be.
I don't remember the coin-operated chicken egg dispenser. I don't remember that. I do remember the dispenser with those they used to have at the pharmacy where you could buy like little toys. You put in like $1 and it would give you like, remember that sticky hand?
Oh, yeah.
I remember that shit.
I used to love that shit.
Yeah? Used to eat it.
No, I would bring it in class and I would fucking whack people with it like 3 rows down.
That's why people wanted to beat you up. Kid's trying to fill out his exam. He's getting fucking hit in the head with Poseidon's sticky toy. Let's see. Well, Poseidon probably deserved more than a stab that one time. Yeah, you never know. Poseidon might have been like the biggest cunt kid. Because as an adult, he pisses me off. Imagine as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I admit this. What happened, I remember once in elementary, I was in grade 2. And the teacher put me in timeout in the corner. And I was like, okay, bitch, you want to put me in timeout? It was...
All right, bitch, you want to put me in timeout? Is that how it's going to be?
She was a really fat lady, okay? And she was a bit older.
I know who you're talking about, too.
Yeah, and so what happened was at some point during recess, we're putting on our snow pants. And as I'm putting on my snow pants, she's walking. So what I did was I faked it, and as I'm putting on my snow pants, I extended my legs.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
And she takes a tumble, bro. Bah!
This is a 300-pound woman
Yes.
that you sent
And I was such a psychopath.
to an early grave.
No, she didn't die. She got a bit hurt, but... And I was such a psychopath kid. People told me that... people confronted me, other kids and...
Oh, really?
Teachers.
Hey, what are you doing there, fatty? Is that what they said?
Yeah. And I'm like, why did you do that? And, bro, I was so crazy. I go, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you denied it?
Yeah, I denied it.
You fucking pulled a Shaggy.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
But we saw you in the corner. It wasn't me.
Yeah, I denied it. I'm like,
We saw you eating chocolate.
I was putting on my snow pants, and I don't know what happened after that. Well, it wasn't me. I denied it.
Yeah, that's why they're right. They're saying that someone should have stabbed you with 3 forks. You almost fucking killed the lady because she was fat.
Yeah.
Like like that. You don't understand. That's not the tumble that are.
But the whole school
She
shook.
can't get back. Yeah, she can't get back up alone. Like it's not. She can't lift herself up.
No,
It's not possible.
She needed help.
Yeah.
She needed like
9 kids.
9 kids and 3 adults.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, she was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I would.
How many of his teachers retired or died after having him for a year? Could you imagine the stupid shit that was happening?
Oh well,
I'm thinking of stupid questions you would ask.
bro. I sent a high school teacher to like a psych ward for evaluation.
What?
Like she snapped.
From your stupid questions?
No, not from stupid. The
But
abuse.
what is America?
No. The abuse that this lady would take.
But who discovered boats?
Like this one time in
How did people boat before boating, ma'am? You don't know. You don't know.
they just swam.
Yeah. If the earth is round, then why can I only run around in circles in one direction? What? Yeah, I would have killed you.
Yeah. So we had a geography teacher. This was secondary 2, and that day I don't know. I guess the woman was on her period or something, so she was acting a bit of a bitch. And what happened was I go, guys, watch this. It was me, Legacy, and Tio.
Tom,
So-
that was a classic line, by the way. And
did he
Poseidon
say?
said, "Not Alaska, bro. Somewhere in the States." Go on.
But Alaska isn't in the States.
Yeah, that's not what you said the first time you said we had this conversation. We made fun of you.
Really?
Yeah.
I said,
You don't remember how dumb you are. It's incredible.
I know.
Carry on.
So I'm like, guys, watch this. So I go up to spit my gum in the garbage. So I
Yeah.
spit it, but I also take an eraser from the chalkboard.
To eat.
No. And you know the erasers for the chalkboard, they were like full of dust.
They were full of chalk, yeah.
Yeah. So I go sit back down, and I go sit back down, and I go, guys, watch this. And I'm like, what are you gonna do? So I whip it at the teacher. She was writing on the board. I whip it at the teacher, and at the same time, Legacy screams out, "Miss!"
Oh, and she turned around.
Turn around, baff, right in the face. Meltdown. She started crying. Went to the principal's office. I can't with these kids anymore. Freaking out, bro.
Yeah. We had a substitute teacher, but this was in high school, that it was his first time with us, and it was his first time in the school, I think. And he had a class with us that nobody warned us we were gonna have a sub. And that was the last time we ever saw him. He left midway through the class. We drove him fucking crazy because in the same class it was me, Milton, and a couple of other of my friends. And we didn't give a fuck. It was a class that doesn't matter. I think it was religion class or moral.
Oh yeah,
Remember those
morals.
classes?
Yes, it was morals.
It was morals. That's what they call. They used to call it when I was young religion class, and then people complained, so they couldn't call it religion.
Yeah,
so they called
yeah.
it moral teaching class, and they would teach you
Yeah.
how to not be a cunt. And we were piece of shit. So this guy comes in, and he was a sub. And first, we were pretending that one of the guys, he was an Armenian kid that was with us, was a psychopath, and he would hear voices. So he was drawing pictures of like people with heads cut off and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is the same. This is the same hour class. This all happened in the same class, and I kept making cat noises. I was like, meow, meow. But what's happening was at one point I gotta show people. I don't know if I can still do it, but I was making. So I was sitting in the back, but I wasn't moving my mouth. I was doing this. And I was pretending like it was noise coming from something else. I was like, so the guy was like, "What the fuck?" And nobody was ratting on me because they liked me. So the guy was losing his fucking mind, and it got to the point where we were telling him that we were scared of the kid that was psychotic. We think he's like possessed by the devil, like he does some crazy shit. And then the guy was bent over in front of the desk in front of him, in front of Viken, in front of the Armenian kid, and I had the his desk on there. I was holding by the leg, and I just flip it all up in the air. Flip it all up in the air. So I was flipping lands, and the teacher's like, "What the fuck?" It goes crazy. And then he's like, "Monsieur, I didn't touch anything. I'm just here." And I'm like, I was looking at him. He wasn't touching anything. The thing just flipped out in the air. It's fucking crazy. And everybody was yelling, and the guy walked out and never came back in. Yeah, he went to principal, went to another school. It was his first time doing substitute at our school. This was my first year in Lado. Yeah, we really fucked him.
I remember we had a substitute teacher, but this guy was gangster. He had a motorcycle. He would come in.
A substitute?
Yeah, he would smoke. He would smoke weed during recess, bro, and we'd see him. So we were still, yeah, bro. This guy was gangster, leather jacket, everything. It was Quebecois, and he would just chill. He goes, I remember the first time he came in. He goes, "Look, I have to make you guys do stuff, but I don't feel like it. Do whatever you want." And he just sat there, like next level, like I don't give a fuck.
When I went to because there's a adult ed when you have to finish your credits after high school.
Yeah, I did that
here.
too.
At Montreal High, I remember I had a teacher like that. That he was young too. He was in his late 20s at the time, and he didn't give a fuck either. He didn't give a fuck. So there are people like that do it, but there's never a full-time teacher I've met that has that kind of attitude. It's always like subs and shit.
Yeah.
So I have seen people like that, but I remember once, well, not once. We had my first year. I don't know what the fuck happened. I got us down if he knows. There was a teacher that we had. Gorgeous, young, one of the hottest teachers I've ever had in my life. French, but she was French, had a thick accent, but she taught English. And it was kind of ridiculous because she could barely speak English, but she was a smoke show. Madame Vigier was her name. That was her last name. Remember?
Oh, we had a lady that was like,
and everybody, because she used to wear short skirts a lot of times, like the cheerleader skirts, the shirts that, and everybody used to always try to look between her legs. It used to be strategic where you're gonna sit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I remember my first year in high school. I remember.
Oh, very nice.
But I don't know what happened to her. My second year, I didn't have her. And disappeared.
We had a Quebecois lady. She was the psychologist of the school. Bro, she had a fat ass.
Excuse me.
She had a fat ass.
How do you pronounce that?
Fat with PH.
Okay. A fat ass.
Yeah.
So you're saying she had a nice ass.
Yeah.
But okay. You could have said she had a nice ass.
No, but I had to emphasize.
But you didn't emphasize that she had a nice ass. You said she had a fat ass. Talk like a trucker.
Well, you know what
That's
I mean.
a fat ass. That's a fat ass, kids. That's a fat ass.
So yeah, so at some point, kids would pretend they had problems at home, just to go see her.
Oh, that hot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She had a very cute face. She had like green or blue eyes. Like
we had a
was
school
very
psychologist when I was there, and she hated me, and she was a fucking weirdo. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bring Dano in 2 drink minimum soon one day, so he could talk stories about like high school and shit. Because all the stories that I said, it'd be funny to hear him from his perspective, and he has other stories too that are fun. But I remember her. I made her cry once because we made fun of her a lot. Because we were skipping school a lot, fucking around. But it was just because we were shit kids and we wanted to go on adventures.
Yeah.
But she was trying to say that we were getting like molested at home or some shit. She's like, "What are your problems at home?" I go, "I have a great home life,
Jesus
actually."
Christ.
I go, "Yeah, I have a great home life. Everybody's nice to me."
No, this psychologist.
And then she was trying to like be like, "No, but for real, what happened?" And then I lost my fucking mind. I go, "What the fuck happens at your house?" I went crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
No, but she was really sweet. She was so sweet. She convinced me to do how do you say it in English? Bénévole? Like free labor type of shit. You know?
Volunteer.
Volunteer work, yes.
Free labor. She motivated me to do slavery. I bought some land and I hired some colored folk against their will. Yeah, slave labor. Is volunteer the word, you fucking psycho?
Yeah, sorry. She convinced me to do volunteer work. That's how cute she
Really?
was.
That's how cute she was.
Yeah.
Was she there during the volunteer time? You ever been tricked? I don't know if you've had this. You ever been tricked? You go do something so you can hang out with a chick, but then she's not there. And you're like, what am I doing here? Like a volunteer
in
thing.
high school?
Oh, well, it doesn't have to be in high school. It probably was when you were older, if it ever happened to you. That never happened to you?
No. The worst that has happened is I go to hang out with a chick, and then her friend is there.
With her?
Yeah, but
That's weird.
but she never told me that she's bringing a friend. I was like,
Okay, that's a sign that she didn't want to be alone with you. That's a different story. That says more about you than them.
Yeah.
Very smart
This
women.
has happened once.
Yeah, that is awkward. Yeah. I remember I went to do the help out at a community center because the chick's like, oh, we'll hang out, this and that. And then I went there and she didn't show up for some reason. Like she was sick or something, so I just left. Like I was there in the beginning. I was like, it was broad showing up. I was like, no, she just called. Actually, she's sick, she's not coming. I was like, well, you guys are alone. Yeah, it's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I was like, I would have maintained this charade if she was here, but I'm not. I'm not sticking around.
It's like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, wrap your own boxes, stupid. Left.
I came here to pretend to wrap boxes so I could wrap my dick.
I came here to pick up chicks. That's what I came here for. Yeah, I left him stranded too.
They were wrapping boxes. You were wrapping your dick.
No, I wasn't wrapping anything. None of that happened. I just left.
No, but it's not an example. I thought I was gonna make a funny joke.
It was a terrible joke.
I'm sorry.
Let's see. So Pepper Mario says that he's in a pretty redneck part of Quebec, and it was called the retard class. Yeah, we used to call it cheminement particulier. Remember?
Yeah.
Which translates to particular road, I guess.
Particular road, yeah.
Kind of.
Route.
Particular route, let's say. So that's kind of a weird way of saying retard class.
Yeah. It's a very PC way of saying
yeah, because when I first went to high school, my first year was in retard class. That's where I met Dano, because it was that class like in the middle, right? So then the next year, I went into normal class.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Dano. He stayed with everyone else in the retard class, which is hard. Like, it's not hard. It's just weird. Like, how do you stay motivated with all the retards? Because I remember that's when I stopped. That's when I just took I took the schooling more serious, but I would still fuck around because I didn't want to be in a class like that again. Because I remember it was my first year in high school, and I was like, there was a lot of criminals that I was meeting. Like, legitimate criminals. Like, this guy's doing this fraud. This guy's like, I stabbed it. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm a child, you know?
I remember they threatened me with putting me in that class. That if I skip school,
the Bobo class. Yeah, the Bobo class. I remember.
Yeah, they threatened me with that class. They said if you skip school, if you keep skipping school, because there was a period I think that I would skip like. I think the whole morning of the week.
That's what they did to me when my first year when I went there. I went in with him, and it wasn't because of report card. It was because I had a record of just doing some shit things.
Yeah,
but not evil. Just a kid getting into trouble. Like I remember in elementary, taking the fire extinguisher, shit like that, and. I always thought that now that I think about it, that's a little fucked up. Like, you put a kid in with, like, fucking criminals or retards because he's a bit of a shit kid, but focus on the grades. Let him be, Like, I remember, because at some point, my mom had started a job at the time as a breakfast waitress. So she would leave home, like, 5, 6 in the morning. So I would wake up, play video games, and leave at 10:30. Oh, yeah, you were a fucking retard. But I remember, so that was the first year, right? So then the second year, they put me into everything, into Sec 2, but everything normal, right?
Yeah.
Here's what happened, is my first class was, it was a French school, predominantly, so English was like a second language, but I was way more proficient in English than anything else. So what happened was, I took the first class in regular English, in secondary 2, which is grade 8, was, they gave you tests to see how...
prolific.
No, where they're going to place you with it. Because they would, basically, you're going to be in the regular class, but they want to see what your strengths are, whether it's writing or reading. So, and there was extra, like you could fuck up sometimes because there was extra points to get. And I think I got like 105%. Like I got everything correct and all the bonus stuff because it was
shit.
it was retard shit. And then I go, this is for retards. Like, no, this is regular. I go, get me out of this fucking class, and they put me in enriched English. I remember that's how I got Ms. Vula. I got it.
Oh yeah, I had Ms. Vula.
Because you know what happened? The test that I was doing, because I told them stop acting like I'm a genius. The test was, John is riding a red bicycle. Question. What color is John's bicycle? I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And I remember yelling. I was like, who failed this exam? Who failed this fucking test? They have no problem with English. They're retarded. And I remember getting upset. And then they had to adjust my whole schedule because the one thing they had to put me in was the enriched class. Because they're like, we can't have a guy getting 105% and being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Make it harder on him. But that ended up being the best thing on my, the best decision they had done for me, because just that class, that woman motivated me like crazy. She's the one who got me to writing. She's the one who kind of saw something in me, you know, in creatively, you know. Yeah. So it made a huge difference. But I remember that first exam that made me take in the regular class, and I was like, this is retarded. You said the answer. He's riding a red bicycle, and all the questions were like that. They were all retard questions.
Oh my god!
And I was like, it was better in the retard class.
You had a bit about this though. Remember?
I don't remember if I talked about it on stage maybe once.
Yes. No, multiple times. You had a bit about it.
I remember. How long ago was this?
Like 2 years ago.
No, it couldn't have been 2 years ago.
No, or the bit goes a bit like this. Can I tell you the bit?
Yeah, you can tell me my bit that I forgot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so so like it was something along. I don't know what started, but you go. Like the question was so stupid.
Basically, what I just said.
What you just said, but then you go, "What color is John's dick, Steve's dick, or whatever?" And then people would just die of laughter.
Oh, because they knew what else. Like they went through the same thing. I don't remember. But I remember the bit. But the bit is obviously based off the actual events. But I do remember this happening and being actually angry. Yeah, because it's so the first year I was in that bubble class, right? So in second, now okay, I'm supposed to be in the normal people's class, and your fucking question is for retards. Like, how do you want me to react? I was fucking super pissed. And that was the year that I also had that math teacher whose name was Adolf. She was a Haitian woman. I forgot her first name, but her last name was Adolf. Yeah.
Oh, we had a Haitian teacher in science class, bro.
I kept making like Hitler references to her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot went over her head. A lot went over her head, which shocked me. I go, if you have the name Adolf, you should know everything about Hitler. Nobody should be able to make fun of you, right? But a lot was going over her head. Yeah.
God damn.
I was making a lot of Third Reich.
Were you doing the accent too?
No, I did. Back then I wouldn't do accents or anything, but I remember just little subtle stuff. Like instead of, I'll get it right the third time, I'd be like, I'll get it right the Third Reich. And then she'll be like, what? I'll be the Third Reich. I'll get it twice. I did it, and she's like, oh, okay. Like she wouldn't be like Third Reich, like stop fucking around, you know, like little things like that. It would just go over her head.
We had a Haitian teacher in science class. Whenever he wanted to say text,
he would say sext.
Test, and whenever he wanted to say test, he said text.
What?
So whenever he'd say write the text, he would say write the test.
Write the test. Oh, that's weird.
Okay, and whenever he wanted to say we're doing a test, he would say we're doing a text.
Did you ever have
a shitty accent?
Did you ever dissect a frog?
No, I dissected a rat.
You dissected an animal?
A rat and a cow's eyeball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In biology?
In science.
Yeah, they changed it. Yeah, you were younger than me. You know that I never got to do any of that.
Really? Why?
Yeah, so I don't know how it is in every other school, but I know here, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to make you in biology dissect. Some of it was frogs, then there was eyes, all that shit. You had a rat. I never heard about that. I heard about the frogs. It was
a mouse, a white mouse, like a lab rat.
Oh, yeah, the lab rats. They had that too, yeah. So I remember I went from, because I did remember I went Sec 1, the bubble class, then Sec 2 normal. And then what happened was I skipped Sec 3 and I went straight to Sec 4. And all that stuff was happening in Sec 3, in the biology class.
Really?
Yeah. So I skipped it completely. I never did it.
How'd you skip Sec 3?
Because I'm a fucking piece of shit. You never heard how I skipped Sec 3?
No.
Oh, this is a funny story.
How did it happen?
I bullied my way into it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I did. So, oh, fuck. I thought I told you this shit.
No, you never have.
The year was 2004.
Oh, my God.
So, what happened, it was summer of 2004, I think. So, what happened was, the way it worked, our schools, it was Sec 1, 2, and 3 was in one school. And then it was another school that you do 4 and 5. So, in other words, 7, 8, 9 was in one school. And then the other school took care of 10, 11, because we only have 11 grades here. All my friends were already moving on. They were going to Sec 4, to grade 10. I didn't want to stay there, do Sec 3, be with retards, this and that, right? So what I did was, during the year, I went to one of the guidance counselors and I was trying to negotiate to get her to help me. Because what happened here is your grades from 7, 8, 9 didn't matter to get into college. You remember this?
Yeah.
It was only what you get in 10, 11. But to get to 10, you have to obviously pass 9 or whatever the fuck the rule was. So what I did was, all year I was talking to her about my grades. And if I get this, can you get me over? Can I get? And she was like, no, you can't really skip grades. And this whole thing, but if you pass X amount of classes, and her big thing was math and French, with these grades, you could get into Sec 4 over there. I'll make it happen. I'll make you skip a grade. So the year finishes, and I did okay in math, but I failed French. So there was no way of me going. But during the summer, I went over to see her 2 weeks before school starts, both things. And I go, hey, what the fuck's going on? You told me if I pass or whatever, this and that, I'm going to get to skip a grade. I fucking passed everything. I aced it. And I didn't ace it. But I was just yelling. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't hear anything. Am I going to that school? She panicked. She's like, oh, no, I got to get your file. I go, you don't even have my file. And I was going great as a kid now. Fucking piece of shit. The fucking lady panicked, okay? And then she's like, no, don't worry. It's all going to work out. You'll be there. This is the day the school starts next week or whatever. So I show up for the first day of school at the other school. And my friends are there. They're like, what the fuck are you doing here, bro? You're in the other school. You can't skip a grade. I go, I'm pretty sure I could skip a grade, bro. And they had the papers outside with the names. You had to find where your name was and what class you're in. So I'm there with Milton. And he's like, oh, it sucks that we're on the same school. I go, bro, I'm here. Trust me. And he goes like, what the fuck? His name's right here.
No!
Yeah, and I started going to that school. Yeah.
Bro, you've always been a bully, bro.
But
It's
this
amazing.
stupid bitch didn't go look at the scores. She's like, this kid must be right. So she called up and said, yeah, we have a late guy. I forgot to tell you. Like, what a fucking idiot.
You just went
I
ham,
fucking
bro.
bullied her.
You
Yeah, I
went
just went ham. I go,
bro.
what is this? What kind of... like, you're supposed to... You're not in charge. Like, I started saying, like, I should know. I gotta, get organized. I haven't gotten word from them. Like, am I part of this school? What's going on here? She's like, oh. She panicked.
Bro, you went hard in the paint.
Yeah, I went hard. I didn't want to stay without my friends. So I went, so I went to new school. Skipped a grade.
That's amazing.
And then somebody I knew, Dre, 2 years later, tried to do the same thing. And she said, she even told him, she goes, I'm not falling for that again. Yeah, because he brought it up to her.
She probably got like her like the principal and stuff pissed off. Or
Yeah,
something.
you know why? Because I brought it up like later in the year when I was already in. They couldn't take me out. I was making fun of everyone.
Bro, you're something else.
I got into argument with the principal, and they're like, "Oh, we're not stupid. Stop pretending like you're smart." I go, "You're not stupid. Let me tell you something stupid." Yeah, I was very combative. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of problems.
I remember the
with me as
shock
well.
in my friend's face because they're like, because I used to always be that type of person. Like, if somebody would tell me I couldn't do something, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking get it done. And I remember them being like, "Oh, dude, what are you doing here, man? You gotta, you're gonna be late for school. Like, go to your school. You're not here." I was like, I'm gonna be here. Trust me. Like, I'm gonna make it work. I was the Larry David of high school. I was like,
God damn.
yeah,
That's next level shit though.
yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I used to get away with a lot. Was that 04? No, that was 03 actually, now that I think about it.
God.
It couldn't have been 04 because 05 was my graduating year. So that was 03, yeah.
Fucking guy.
Yeah, the only thing I ever fucked up on was I didn't make, like, there's all the, if you go and you look at the pictures of the years, my graduating class, 2005, where it's the entire school in front of the school, I'm not in that photo.
Why?
I'm not in the school photo. I'm in the individual ones. Because they took that fucking photo instead of the end of the year at the beginning of the year. And I was on vacation still. I came late for school. Like, I came a week later, like a week after that.
Oh, you were in Greece?
No, I was in Alberta. And
okay.
so I missed that fucking photo. And it used to always bother me. Like, why would you take the photo at the beginning of the year? Some kids died. Some kids dropped out. Like, that's a weird photo now.
Some kids died.
Yeah, some kids died. I'm not there. Some kids are there that shouldn't be there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they should have waited.
Oh man.
So Tara bounced. Goodbye to Tara. She'll watch the rest later. I know her. She likes to get all up in the knowledge. Doesn't want to miss a thing. The problem is that we mix the retards with the regular kids. Pepper Mario. So yeah, that's what had happened to me in high school. I skipped that fucking grade.
Goddamn.
You never skipped a grade?
No.
Why am I?
I was
shocked?
held back.
Yeah, everybody was held back. I found.
I failed grades, bro.
Yeah, everybody failed grades. No, most people. No, not most.
Well, in that school, a lot of people would fail grades. Bro,
Yeah.
there were some 20-year-olds at that school, bro.
You know what was weird? Towards the end, they wouldn't let you do that anymore. I think when you were 18, they had to kick you out
Yeah.
unless you were at a certain grade. I remember there was loopholes.
But when I first started, okay, bro, there was giants. There was
Yeah,
dudes
when I
that were
first started high
6'5".
school. Yeah, when I first started high school, there was a lot of like really. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? This guy should be married. Why is he?
Bro, there was guys with pit bulls in their cars.
No, that was me. You're literally
No,
you're literally
I-
taking a story I told Mike.
No, we had the same thing.
No, you know who you are. No, we didn't have. Oh God, stop. We had the same thing. We went through different dimensions.
No,
You're-
that's not what I meant. But
You're becoming Danny DeVito, and it's always sunny in
no.
Philadelphia.
People
They
will
have
show
to
up with their
remind
pit
him.
bulls.
They had to remind him sometimes, like, no, that's not your life. You're talking about John Rambo's life now. Yeah. Stop. Either it's that whole compulsive lying thing,
No.
and you get confused with what's your story, what's somebody else's. But that never happened to you.
This was just in the beginning, though.
No, you literally took-
after it wouldn't happen. 'Cause
you
we had
literally,
cops in
yeah,
the school.
Poseidon DeVito. You literally took a story from my life and then try to pass it off as
No,
yours.
I'm not taking a story out of your life.
100% you are. We had this conversation with Mike, who asked you to stop doing it on 2 drink minimum.
No, this was the weapon locker.
No. That one you try to steal too. But we had this same conversation. I'm the one who talked about the animals and the cars and all. I'm the one who brought this whole thing up.
I don't remember
And
that.
then, of course you don't, because you remember the way you want to remember it. You're like, that must have happened to me.
But we...
No. We even had this argument with Legacy when Legacy had to tell you to stop lying.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did years
When?
ago. Legacy had to tell you a few years ago because I brought it up because you kept using the same excuse of Ask Legacy. So I asked Legacy 2 different stories, and Legacy's like, "What? Who told you that?" And I go, "Poseidon." And he's like, "Bro, can you stop fucking lying? Are you gonna stop fucking lying, you fat fuck?" And then you just started making your smirk. You're like,
I don't remember this.
like you got caught in a lie.
I don't remember this.
Convenient, ain't it? You remember it? Well, now everyone gets to see it. Yeah, they see it every week with you. They see it every fucking week with you. It's always something that you fucking try to add. Poseidon with poor memory should be banned from life. People are upset. Or moved into a reservation. Johnny, him in a reservation, not a good idea.
What's a reservation?
Like Kanawaki,
Oh, okay.
like a reserve
Oh, okay.
where we keep the story poacher. Nick, that's what he is, a story poacher. He's a goddamn story poacher. And the thing is, he doesn't need to be a story poacher. Nobody's telling him to compete with stories. You know, he has his own life. Like his mother stabbing him and all that shit. That's a great fucking story.
I'm not trying to compete.
That's his own story. He doesn't need to take other people's. But the thing is, I don't think it's like he said. He is trying to compete, but he's not trying to compete in the sense like I'll steal. He hears stories, and then in his fucking pathological liar head, he fucking fixes it to be like that was my life. Like, cause he heard it, he feels like he lived. I don't know. It's fucking crazy shit. But he does it a lot. Lately, he's been doing it a bit less because we call him on it, like me and Mike a lot. So he doesn't like to be called out on his bullshit. He hates it because he feels stupid. So he's been doing it a little bit less because he doesn't want to be called. But sometimes it just escapes. He gets into the heat of the moment, and he's like, "Fuck it." When I was the first president of the United States, like he just, he just fucking loses it.
Water went through my nose.
Yeah, he's Story Schumer. Tom, that's the greatest thing ever. He's Story Schumer. That's what it is. He never saw Patrice do that bit. You know, it's like me. I never heard my friend talk about this. My friend who's said this story many times on different podcasts that I have been on. I've never heard this story before. He's the Dennis Miller of stupid.
Who's
Yeah,
Dennis Miller?
That would be the one bad thing or hilarious thing about Poseidon doing stand-up comedy. He would literally do other people's bits, and he would end up even doing my bits.
And I wouldn't notice.
Poseidon, we know you stole them. From who, bro? You knew he would say, "Who is Dennis Miller?" I've learned anytime I say names, he'll probably be like, "Who the fuck is that, bro? Who's that? Am I supposed to know him?" You know who Neil Armstrong is?
Of course.
Okay. Well, of course. Who is he?
He's the one that first man on the moon.
Is he?
I think so.
Who's Buzz Aldrin?
Second man on the moon.
Is that the numbers? You're sure? Are you sure those are the numbers? I just want to make sure.
I think so, yeah.
Did you only say first and second because I named them first and second?
No, Neil Armstrong was the first man on the first person to set foot on the moon.
Okay, and Buzz Aldrin was?
The second man.
Okay.
Okay. And Neil Armstrong said the phrase
Who's Yuri Gagarin?
oh fucking no.
No? Cosmonaut? No, you don't know Yuri Gagarin?
No. And he said that phrase, one small step for man.
Who's Lance Armstrong?
Fuck, I don't know. Who is Lance Armstrong? Blah.
Who's what?
Who,
Before the stroke. What?
who is Lance Armstrong?
Yeah, that's what I asked you.
Yeah, but who
This
is
isn't Jeopardy.
No, I know.
Who's Lance Armstrong? Who is Lance Armstrong? I got you, Trebek.
I want to use my phone, but I don't know who it is. I honestly
Lance Armstrong. You don't know who that is?
No.
Okay. What else, guys? What can we ask him that he should know, but he might not? He probably won't.
Well, maybe I do know who Lance. It rings a bell.
It rings a bell.
Yeah.
Think about it. Lance Armstrong. Randy Savage. Who's Randy Savage? You know who Randy Savage is.
That one rings a bell too, but
Scott Hall. No? Nothing?
Scott Hall doesn't even ring a bell.
Not at all.
No.
Tony Kukoc. Bugs Bunny.
Oh yeah, of course.
I figured, yeah.
But
I
wait,
figured.
Lance Armstrong.
No, put your fucking phone away. Put your phone away. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. Put your phone away. Hulk Hogan.
Of course.
Greg Hughes.
Nope.
Okay, that makes sense, though. That makes sense. But you don't know Opie. Greg Opie Hughes.
Nope.
Okay. Howard Stern. Baba Booey. Bobo. Andre El Gigante.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, yeah. My papa. George Washington Carver.
That one rings a bell too, but I don't know.
Cindy Crawford. Theodore Roosevelt.
Wasn't that that rings a bell? I don't know.
Rings a bell.
Huh.
It rings a bell.
Didn't he write the Declaration of Independence, bro?
That's actually really good. Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's even signed.
Oh shit.
Teddy. Yeah.
Oh shit. Really?
Yeah.
You're not messing with me, right?
Would I mess with you? We the Bears is what's written at the end of the.
Okay, you're messing with me.
Yeah, you fucking retard. Theodore Roosevelt, the guy who wrote the Declaration of Independence. America hasn't been independent in years. Jesus Christ. John Hancock.
That one rings a bell too, but
Of course, they all ring bells. Dumbbells. It's like the gym in here. I like playing these games with you.
it is fun.
On what continent is Bolivia?
Europe.
You couldn't have been more wrong if you tried.
South America.
You couldn't have been more wrong if you tried. You only get
Asia.
one guess.
Asia.
You don't know. You only got one guess. Asia.
Africa.
I'm not bringing it up. You only get one try.
Okay, what else? Another question.
Another geography you want?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the capital of Poland?
Luxembourg.
Luxembourg is another country.
Oh. Your reaction was priceless. What are they saying?
Jesus Christ. On what continent is Egypt?
Africa.
What country is the North Pole in?
What?
What country is the North Pole in? Who owns?
Nobody
what country
owns the
owns the land of the North Pole?
Nobody. It's the
That's-
North Pole.
That's they're laughing at you on that one.
Canada?
Very good.
Okay.
Very good. Antarctica is owned by which country?
The U.S.
Very good, Poseidon. Very good. Good answer. Give him a treat. What country legally owns the moon?
Oh, fuck. The United States?
Again, very good. Very good, Poseidon. Next question. They're doubling down. Mars. Which one owns Mars?
No one.
Oh, that's super wrong, Poseidon. Somebody does own Mars.
Who?
Who was just on Mars?
NASA?
That's not a country.
The United States?
No, somebody was there right before them.
The Martians?
The Indians.
Oh, stop now.
India owns Mars.
Really?
Yeah, they were the first ones. You didn't know that?
What? Really?
Yeah.
India?
Yeah, the Mars rover. The whole, yeah. You didn't know that?
No, the Mars rover is NASA.
No. NASA's operating it. It was built by the Indians. So they were the first ones. That's why there's an Indian flag on Mars. Why do you think of the Indian flags on Mars?
Now you're messing with me.
Why do you think there's an Indian
Now
flag
you're
on
messing-
Mars?
Bro, India tried to
Yeah.
launch a rocket in space.
Yeah, they have a space program. They
And
still do.
it landed in the ocean.
That's
in the
SpaceX. That's not India. That's Tesla.
No, it landed. It fell. It crashed into the Indian Ocean,
Yeah?
and they thought they had found life on another fucking planet. There
That
was
is
an article about this. I
no,
read.
you read a spoof article making fun of the Indians because people are upset that the Indians landed on Mars first. I'm very surprised at you, son.
I feel like you're messing with me.
I'm sure as hell not. How many planets are there in our solar system?
8.
Very good.
Pluto 9.
Very good, Poseidon. Very good with the 8. I didn't know someone owned the moon. Is what
So no one owns the moon.
You fucking buffoon. You buffoon. Oh, God. How many donuts are in a baker's dozen?
12.
I'm gonna re-say the question. I want you to listen. How many donuts are in a baker's dozen?
But a dozen is 12.
A baker's dozen.
What's a baker's dozen?
It's half of the number dozen.
Why not just... What?
How many donuts are in a baker's dozen?
6?
Why did it take you 9 tries to get that?
But what's a baker's dozen? I've never heard about
A baker's dozen is 6.
But why call it...
Well, you're not gonna call it a dozen because then that's a dozen. That's 12.
Well, why not just call it 6 dozen or whatever?
What do you mean? The number 12
Instead of
isn't in the
saying-
word dozen.
No, but instead of saying baker's dozen, you
Yeah.
just call it 6 fucking donuts.
So why don't you call it 12 fucking donuts and you call it a dozen?
Because a dozen rings well. Like
You're a fucking idiot.
it
You're
flows.
just a buffoon. Look,
It
you're a
rolls
buffoon.
off the tongue.
Now at least you know that a baker's dozen is fucking 6 donuts if anybody ever asks you. Yeah, he can't divide 12 by 2. Now at least you know. What topic does Poseidon know about is what Johnny's asking. What topics do you know?
Video games, cars.
Video games. All right. When did the Nintendo Entertainment System first launch in the United States of America?
Oh fuck! Not questions like this, bro. I don't know. 1985.
Very close. 1947.
What?
Let's see. Nick K, of course it's 13. Of course it's... Johnny, of course it's...
What did he say?
Nothing. They're talking about other things, Poseidon. We're trying to educate you here. As yeah, everybody's jumping on Bakers. I love these guys. What game first? Oh, what came first? The Game Boy or the PlayStation 1?
Ooh. The Game Boy.
God damn it, no.
Really?
The PS2. Really? No, it wasn't the Game Boy.
Are you sure? Because there was the Game Boy, the gray, the brick.
Yeah.
And it was a Game Boy Color.
Yeah. Those all came out after the PlayStation 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Because when I got the Game Boy Color, I was 5 years old.
Right? But when you got a Clue, you were how old?
But wait, hold on. My first PS1, I got it. My uncle gifted it to me.
After touching you inappropriately.
No. When did it come out, the PS1? What year?
The PS1 came out in 1989, sir.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah.
And the PS2?
The PS2 came out in the 2000s.
Oh, my God. So that console ran for 11 years.
11 years. It was the longest console reign in history.
God damn.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Why would you really? Like, why?
I never really...
Yeah. This is Poseidon. She's great. Poseidon makes the movie Dogtooth seem very plausible. Oh, yeah, that was that Greek movie, Dogtooth, yeah.
Oh, that would explain why my uncle gifted me the PS1. It's because he had just bought a PS2. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
What? That doesn't make sense to anybody. We don't know what the fuck you're talking about,
He got rid of his old console
right?
because he bought a new one.
What has a larger engine, the 1983 Corvette or the 1984?
Same thing, V8.
I can't validate any of his claims. He is entertaining, Ray Miller. That is true. He's very entertaining. Also stupid, but very entertaining. Very entertaining. What'd he say? He said that it's a V8 engine on both of the 83 and the 84.
I don't know the
Corvettes.
leaders, though. I don't know the leaders.
He knows 5% of his main subject. Yeah, he does. He's smart. Yeah, he doesn't know a lot. He doesn't know a lot. The PlayStation thing is what really showed him for the liar that he is. And also for the thoughtless zombie maniac that he is.
Well, I never researched these questions, bro. Like people's names and shit, like actors.
People's names. What about the 1989 release of the PlayStation 1?
I didn't, bro. I wasn't born, so I didn't give a fuck.
But you can't use your brain to realize how ridiculous that statement is.
What do you mean?
How can the PlayStation 1 have possibly come out in 1989?
What? Repeat that question.
What's Sammer saying? He is very stupid and very entertaining. You know what? I think that's what it is. I think the level of stupidity is so absurd that it causes great joy in people. They're like, I'm fine. This exists. But it's true. I guarantee you, a lot of people feel that way. They're like, I think I'm not that good. But then I see this.
That has nothing to do with stupidity. I just don't search these things up, bro, because I don't care.
But we're not asking you to search things out. There's certain things that I asked you that were clearly insane, and you just went along with it, and you made it make sense to you. You're like, oh, yeah, that's why my uncle fucked me. Okay, that makes sense. Like, they're not even related. What are you talking about? What does your uncle touching you have to do with when the PlayStation came out?
My uncle never touched me, bro. But
He never showed you any love?
no,
That's a bad uncle.
I know. So wait, when did the PlayStation 1 come out?
95, I think.
Why would you fucking tell me 89?
Because you're an idiot. Why are you mad at me? You're a fucking doofus.
But why would you lie about that?
To see if you're thinking. To see if you're thinking.
But I don't know when it actually came out.
But you have to use your fucking brain,
But if I
Poseidon.
don't know when it came out,
Okay, so how the fuck can the PlayStation have come out before the Super Nintendo? Or how the fuck can the PlayStation, a disc-based system, come out and rival the same time that the fucking Nintendo Entertainment System? Just use your fucking brain for a second. So you're telling me they would make a PlayStation, and then after that they would fucking Atari would still have a console, Sega Genesis would get all that. What are you thinking?
but I don't know.
He is a very, let's see, has he ever heard of an educated guess? Marvin, he hasn't. An educated guess, he's never heard of it. He's never heard of it. That's why the whole Moon Mars thing happened. He couldn't use his brain to just think a bit. He said he knows about games, not consoles. That's true. That's true. We'll give him another chance. Sammer, that's a very good point. So you know about games, not consoles. Okay.
I guess.
So what was the first ever Resident Evil game to come out?
Resident Evil 1.
All right, you know what? Let's make it a little bit harder. What was in the chronology of Resident Evil? What was the first game chronologically in the story?
Oh fuck! I don't know. I was too young.
Okay,
to play
what
Resident
games do you
Evil.
like? Tell me a game that you like that you'll know everything about this game, just so we could prove to people that you're not retarded.
God of War.
Okay. God of War?
Yeah.
Do you want God of War questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Who is Icarus?
Icarus was. Oh man, I forgot.
Well, we tried, ladies and gentlemen. We tried. What is water?
Wait, Icarus was the dude with the wings, and he tore them off, and then you could fly in one of the games.
Yo, with the wings, dog. What's up? Every time wings come up, he knows. Just delicious wings. The mouse who ran up the clock. So here's the thing, gentlemen and ladies watching. This is what I deal with on a daily basis. When I'm out with Poseidon, little things happen. There's going to be like a "we're open" sign, and Poseidon will be like, "Yo, you think they're open?" Things like that. Things of that nature happen to me repeatedly. And then people that don't know about this stuff, They see me yelling at him, and they're like, "Why is he so mean?" I'm not. It's just it comes to Homer did that to me too a couple weeks ago. Homer was like, "You're too mean to him, man." And then he spent a couple of days with you, and what does he tell me? I fucking see why you yelled at him. This guy's a fucking moron. You see, people change. People change after they spend some time with you. They realize, because you think you could handle stupidity at this high level, you can't handle it for too long. I'm telling you, it can't. It can't not have a toll on you. It will always, you know what I mean? You notice it too. You see people get frustrated around you. It has its toll.
I guess because I just really don't give a fuck about it.
Hickory dickory Icarus. You should keep a fork in your pocket, he tells me. Just stab him when I just pinch him in the legs. Bro, my legs are blue. My legs are black and blue, bro. I'm Will Smith as the genie. Black and blue. So, I want to get back to the shit that I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
I don't know. I just...
It's breaking it. So, about the Google wage gap thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a while ago, though.
Yeah, but do you think... Because this is what I wanted to ask you. Do you think this is going to affect other companies? Like, now they're going to panic and try to adjust salaries or hide information? Because I guarantee you there's companies that did the same thing, that try to overcompensate and ended up overpaying employees that they shouldn't have been.
I think employees, especially dudes, are going to start asking questions. Like, hold on, wait a minute. You know what I mean? How much am I getting paid? How much is she getting paid? Type of thing.
But it doesn't, here's the thing, it doesn't matter if women are making more than men. Like, if you're in a, my thing is, if it's a job that
Well, no, but people
you
are going
can't
to start...
quantify the difference. Do you know what I mean? And they get, that's dirty. But I mean, if you're let's say a project manager, something like that, if they negotiate their contract better than you, good for them.
Yes, but then there's also that whole thing that they're going to use against them of...
Like, I just don't think, like, let's say Tim Hortons, you're both doing the same job. It's a Tim Hortons job.
Yeah.
And a woman's making more than you just because she's a woman, or a man's making more just because he's a man. That I don't agree with.
Yes.
But in the corporate world, there's different factors, and a lot of it has to do with negotiating power.
I know this, but I feel like some people are going to use it and be like, oh, you guys were just doing it to overcompensate, so like that the women don't say, no, we're getting paid less.
Yeah, that's what, well, because that is the case with a lot of these places.
Yeah, well, dudes are going to sort of maybe play that card and be like, no, you got to pay me more now because you overcompensated for the women.
I'll say one thing, guys. I'm going to put a pause. I'm going to put a pin in that for 1 second. Ray Miller does bring up a good point. The greatest ever, and now you see why Poseidon said it. When Poseidon said that he will never bet on himself, you got to witness today why he would never bet on himself and why that's a losing bet. For 1 hour, you heard him trying to get a coherent thought together. After hearing that, you're telling me you don't understand why he said he'd never bet on himself. He's actually one of the smartest people I know just for saying that. Just for realizing that that's where his money should never go to, himself. Right? I wouldn't bet on Poseidon. Maybe to fall down the stairs by himself. But Poseidon proves that most people are average. Yeah. Yeah, most people are average. And one day Poseidon will reach the plateau of average. So yeah, you were saying about women.
Yeah, do you think that would happen? Like dudes are going to try and...
Yeah, it's already happening. And dudes are already... But it's always going to happen. If you shit on someone long enough for something that's not true...
They're going to clap back.
No, and then evidence comes out of the contrary, you're fucking right, they're going to clap back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No shit. But that's what adults would do.
That's why I like sales so much.
Where's the correlation?
Well,
Because you make as much as you sell.
As much as you're worth, basically.
Actually, I think it's more as much as the products are worth.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, if you're good, you're good. If you're not good, you're not good. Period. You know what I mean? There's no
Shifty Samurai, howdy, welcome. You're late, but welcome.
Yeah, there's no man or woman in this. It's like if you're good, you're good. I've met men who are garbage salesmen and women who are amazing salesmen, and vice versa. And like in sales, there's no like. Oh, he makes more because he's a man.
But people that don't make as much as you would say stupid shit like that.
Yeah, those try and say, but you can't. You can't because the stats show for themselves. You know what I mean?
What sales jobs has Poseidon held? I know that he was a car salesman once.
Yeah, for a year.
And he was a cell phone. He was selling cell phones.
Telecommunications. I did really well in that. I was the third year I was there. I was fourth in Quebec.
Poseidon's entire existence is scraping by using deception, which can also be applied to sales. It's true. He's a goddamn psychopath. That's his whole career. Look over there. That's where the camera is. Poseidon. He's hiding his face. He pulled one of these. Yeah. It's that. He's a car rental expert. He is. And I remember when he was a car sales expert. I remember when he was selling cars and he was sleazy as fuck. Remember that picture I doctored and I put online? So what he would do is
custom dildo salesman.
every time he would sell cars, he would take a picture with the people he sold it, and he had this old couple that bought a car and they were so happy, and it's just him in the middle and them hugging him, and they had posted a photo of that with the car lot in the back. So I took that photo and I doctored it to write custom dildo salesman of the year, and it's just him and they're so happy to get the custom dildos. But his response is like, "Oh, this is hilarious. Take it down, bro. I'm gonna get fired." I never took it down. I did door-to-door for a power company. That shit kills your soul. Yeah, man, it kills. Dudes, I remember doing telemarketing when I was in high school. I did it for a couple of months. And I had fun, though, because I was like, I always used to fuck around. But it was one of those, people just hang up on you, tell you to go suck a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I did once? I worked for the government. Did you know this?
Really?
Yeah. Well,
how come you've been hiding this?
It sounds so much more illustrious than it is. What I did was I worked for the census for a summer. But listen to this. Already people who are listening, they're like, there's no way he did that job. Well, listen. So it was down the street from my house. It was at a woman's house. Like basically I was applying for jobs for summer jobs. Mm-hmm. Nick, listen to this. So for summer jobs, and they had one, and they're like, oh, it's blocks away from you. So we were selling paper. Nick knows. Nick was working with me when we were selling paper back in the day. So it was like a woman's house. I went in. It was an apartment. This French lady, and she had her boyfriend there, and like all these people showed up. It felt like a cult, but it was really the government. It was census. But the way you would make your money is you would make a little bit of money when you'd do by phone, or you have to go to the house with the light paper. But there was stacks. There was certain households that had to fill out these huge documents. Like they're the ones who asked the most questions, and if you would fill those out, you'd get more money per thing that was done. But I didn't want to go door to door to people. Like, because you have to go door to door, you have to do that shit in person. So I would do is all the light stacks, I would call them up. Whoever wanted to answer, whoever didn't want to answer, I would just answer for them. And then all the big stacks, I would never do them. So she'd be like, you have to go door to door, do the big stacks. I go, look, man, I go door to door. Nobody wants to do the big stack. But I never visited one person's house. All the ones that, I would call were the light ones. So in the end, she came one day and I quit. Like I quit a week and a half into it. I did all the small stacks. And then I go, I quit. So what do you mean you quit? You haven't done any of the big stacks. I go, nobody wants to answer the door. Come over and pick them up. So she had to drive by my house and pick up all the big stacks. All the big stacks. She took them. She's like, you haven't done any of these. I go, nobody wants to answer my questions. But I never called not even a single fucking person on the big stack list. Only the small stack list. Yeah.
The worst.
And I collect all the small stack money. And then I knew I wasn't going to make any money doing the big stacks. I'm not going to go door to door.
Yeah.
Dude, how the fuck am I going to carry all that shit too? They were like books for each person. And I felt uncomfortable asking people that. So I just left. Yeah.
The worst job I had was collections. I did collections for 2 weeks. You remember that?
No. On the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, and people told you to go fuck. Oh, yeah. It was the most depressing job.
Bro.
Yeah. Because they're not always scumbags. You might call someone and they're like, listen, man, I can't feed my daughter.
you know where I drew the line? I called up a single mom of 2 kids, bro.
And you asked her out?
No, she started crying on the phone.
Oh, that's
I
terrible.
couldn't, bro. I was like, fuck, I can't do this. I go, ma'am, I'm sorry, man. Like, have a good day. And I hung up, bro. I couldn't take it. I couldn't work the whole day after that.
Yeah.
But you could tell it was real. It wasn't like crocodile tears. She was like, on the phone, bro. I was like, oh, what the fuck, bro? Like, I felt like a human excrement, bro. Like, worse. Like, I felt garbage.
I just remembered something funny. I'm sorry.
What?
Because some of the people I was calling when I was doing the census and I was answering, I was trying to ask questions. Some of them were suspicious because they're like, you're calling from a private number. If you're the government, call me for a normal number. And I was like, listen, man, I'm working from home. I'm not going to call you from my house. And I remember, and some people would be like, okay, that makes sense. All right, bro, I'll answer questions. Yeah. Others would be like, no, call. I go, then I'm not answering. Then I'm putting everything no. I go, you're going to look like you don't want to participate. And I think I didn't even do my own census. I think I refused to do mine. Yeah. He didn't try to fuck her. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't try to fuck her.
Well, it was over the phone. I don't know what the fuck she looks like.
Yeah, Sammer, you can't fill them all yourself because it's suspicious. And also it ruins the whole Canada census thing. You're better off just... Because even if they say no or whatever, that's the filled out thing, right? They're like, all right, they don't want to participate. But all the light ones, because the big ones, even if they say no, you don't get any money for them. They would only pay you for the light ones. So the big ones, they had to fill out the big one. You have to give back to them. So I never went to a single house. And I remember watching in the neighborhood all these fucking idiots going to houses. Like, what? You don't feel stupid. I remember going to houses selling chocolates when I was in elementary.
Oh, I remember
and I
that
felt like
too.
a fucking idiot.
I remember that too.
I felt like a complete buffoon.
Man, if somebody
You
knocked-
want to buy them, yo? And everybody had the same questions. Are they kosher? Or is there nuts in there? And I was like, yo, I don't fucking know. I'm 9, dude. You want this for $2 or not?
You just reminded me something. You're gonna die of laughing. I had-
Oh, one time though, we told them because we were in a Jewish neighborhood. We didn't know what it fucking meant, but everybody kept asking us. So we're like, all right. So every house we went to, we're like, yeah, of course it's kosher. And we found out later that month, none of the chocolates we sold were kosher. We didn't know. We're like, what the
That's
fuck does that
funny.
mean? Like, I don't know, just say
That's
yes,
funny.
bro.
But you reminded me something. This was a few years ago. There was a guy. He would go door to door
Yeah.
in apartments or houses or whatever, and he would give you a card, and it read, "Oh, I'm deaf. I can't work." No,
Oh, dude, go on. I have a story about a guy like that.
So hold on. So this guy, it was a black guy, and then I started reading it, and then I muttered something. And he goes, "What?"
Okay.
And I looked at him and I go, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
I thought you were fucking hard of.
Calm down. Stop yelling at the audience.
Sorry.
We used to do that shit to people. There was a guy that used to come at next doors. He used to come at the back in the day. He used to drop them off, and I used to feel bad for him to give money.
Yeah.
And then one day somebody grabbed my hand and said, "Don't give this guy another fucking $1. Like, watch this." And they caught him like in a lie. He was pretending that he was. But I did it in 2007. Remember the European trip, bro? The last day of the Euro trip with Milton, the airport in Paris. The airport, we're waiting. You know, we're eating. You know, just fucking around. We have our luggage with us, and we were making fun of the messages on the intercom because they were saying like, if you leave a bag unattended, we're gonna blow it up, and we're just making jokes. This fucking guy comes and leaves a card, and the card said that he was deaf and dumb. Okay, so I'm like, why would you put that on a card? Like, is that just a bad translation? Like, why are you telling people you're dumb? You know? And I go, Milton, you think he's lying? And Milton's like, about what? Being deaf or dumb? You know? And I'm like, both. I don't know. So he was like a few tables away. So I started doing this. Hey! And he fucking turned around, bro. And as soon as he turned around, I go, yeah, you're definitely dumb. You're definitely fucking dumb. And Milton was dying. Milton was dying.
Bro, I'd be dying too,
Milton
bro.
was
That's
dying.
amazing.
And I read, I go, deaf and dumb, man. I go, you want to let's test this out. He's not deaf, but he's fucking dumb. He was one of those things. And he stopped putting the cards. He looked and he's like, fucking.
Oh, bro, that's amazing.
Uh,
Yeah, but it was at my house. And I go, and he goes.
They used to the cards that you're talking about. They used to come around back in the not anymore, but I used to see them even here a lot. They used to come to
Yeah,
bars
yeah,
and stuff. Here's what I think happened. If anybody knows, they could tell me. So it was half true. Yeah, it was half true. It was half. He was dumb, but definitely not deaf. Here, Shifty Samurai. I don't know if anybody knows. This is my theory. Just tell me if I'm right. I think at the time there was actual people that were deaf and that were trying to raise money. And I think they were actually going around doing this, and some assholes probably got either those cards or thought of the idea or whatever and just banked on it. Because I think there must have been real people that were either raising money for deaf stuff or whatever, and they got fucked over by these guys. That's what I think happened. It was hijacked. Because it's weird that they all do it at this. Like, there must have been some people telling the truth. But I remember that fucking guy at the cafe here, I gave him money a lot of times. I would give him $5 bills and shit, and then somebody's like, you fucking idiot. Like, oh, no, watch this.
Yeah.
He was lying.
And then I felt bad because one time I think somebody did that. I think it was actually deaf.
I told you what happened to me at the Eaton Center years ago. Huh?
No.
This was, so you see me, I'm emotional, like I react pretty, I'm a bit of a fucking retard. It was in the food court. I think it was when I was working at EA. Because the Eaton Center food court, I would go when I was working at EA because it was closer, because it was all connected. I didn't have to put my jacket on.
Yeah.
So I want to say Amir or Subway. I don't remember where I was eating, but I remember that I was waiting in line, like I had the tray, and I was trying to just throw out my garbage. And there was all these people, bro, dressed alike, like wearing the same fucking clothes, right? And they were blocking they were blocking the way. And there's one motherfucker in front of me. He wouldn't let me go to the garbage thing. I was like, hey, are you a fucking retard? Move, get the fuck out of the way.
No.
Bro, doesn't he turn around and he's a fucking retard? Him, his teacher, and the entire school. Bro, I've never felt so fucking embarrassed. You could hear the silence. Everyone started looking at me. Because what do you do? What do you do? There's no replay button. I can't take that back.
You've told me this.
Yeah, I told you.
You've told
it
me.
was so embarrassing. Because then, threw my garbage, looked at him, all right, okay, you guys are retarded. All right. And it's like, what do you say? I was like, oh fuck, he is a retard. Like as soon
You
as
apologize.
hey, nah, you don't have to apologize. It would have got me nowhere. It would have went over his head. He
I
would've-
know. Well, you apologize to the teacher or something at least, or to
No.
everyone around. You go, I'm really sorry, guys.
It's the teacher's fault for letting him loiter around the garbage cans.
I remember when you told me this. Yeah, this is hilarious.
But it was, you see, it's funny now because I say it later. It's a lot of my comedy, like on stage, people laugh and they're like, oh, I can't, I go, no, that really happened. And when it actually happened, there was nothing funny about this. I was so embarrassed because I yelled. I was like, what are you, a fucking retard? And then not only does he turn around like this, like super fucking, but everybody around him, I was like, oh no. Oh no. Oh shit.
I done goofed.
Yeah. Because you can't, there's no winning. There's no winning. There's no like, I'm going to come out on top. I came out on the bottom. There was no winning. I looked like the biggest because it looked like I knew and I was making fun of them. But I had no clue.
Did people give you dirty looks?
Everybody was giving me dirty looks. There was nobody there that didn't give me a dirty look. Everybody who was around. Cause I told you, it went, you know, food courts are loud. You hear people talking?
Yeah.
That entire like a crescent around, everybody stopped talking. And they were just looking at one piece of shit and I was that piece of shit. And there was nothing you could do. I went back to work and I was embarrassed. I remember my face was red. I was sitting on my desk. I was like, oh, fuck.
This is one of those stories.
Because I didn't know if I could
keeps you up at night.
It didn't. I don't remember if it kept me up at night, but I remember thinking, can I go back to the food court? But you could because it's always different people shopping, so it's never the same. Just some of the employees were the same, yeah. But it was fucking. Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Oh
but now when I think about it, it's fucking hilarious because it was like a. It was 100% worth it for the story because this would at the time it was embarrassing and I felt like oh whatever, but now that I think about it, it would be a good part of a show because the way the guy turned around, he was so retarded that halfway in the turnaround I knew that I had fucked up. Halfway, his face had halfway turned and I was like, oh no, this is bad. This is very bad. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. And then when you look at all his classmates, because they all turned and looked at him, the teacher, like the teacher just looked disappointed, like, and all of his classmates were like all like different faces, all very upset with me. Yeah. Well, you know, they were. I don't know if they were upset with me, but they looked like there was something off. You know.
I can't, bro. That story gets me every time, bro.
It's fun that I could say it now like this, but when it first happened, I was so embarrassed to tell people the story. Because I had avoided going to the food court for like a while. And everybody's like, yo, you want to go? I was like, no, bro, I'm cool. I brought my lunch. It took me a while to go back down there. So it was, for me, it was the equivalent of shitting my pants in front of people. Like, it was that embarrassing. Yeah.
I don't blame you, bro. But that's an amazing story, by the way. You have to turn that into a bit.
On stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to.
Yeah,
you got to connect it somehow, bro, because it's amazing.
I don't know if it works on stage. It's weird. Some stories don't work on stage.
I know, because it's one of those, like, there's no punchline.
Yeah, there's no. The punchline is.
Yeah.
I couldn't go fucking to a food court for a month. Which I think I could have gone the next day and nobody would, because it wasn't the same people, right?
Yeah,
but nobody told me anything, you know. But I was just so embarrassed because I looked like that guy. But now I'm like, fuck, man, I'm a hero. Because you know why? Because as soon as I said it, he fucking got out of the way. Though I got to throw my garbage. All right, Nick, you're out. We're all gonna be out. Don't worry, it's 6:00. We've hit the 6:00 time. Poseidon, any closing notes, any arguments, anything you want to tell the people?
That story made my day. And I wish you all a beautiful day, night, whatever, wherever you are, and have fun.
All right, that was very nice of Poseidon. And myself, by the way, speaking of dessert, because I know Ray Mills say, who wants desserts? Well, by the way, for comedic desserts, later tonight, I think I'm going to be uploading the new episode of This Just Thing on this channel. So we'll be talking about the news of the week. There's some funny stories that happened. And you have a segment in that too, no, this week? Yeah, you have a part you have a part in that too. About Michael Jackson? No, about teachers fucking students.
Yeah.
So you'll enjoy that as well. He didn't come up with something stupid. Wow, yes, surprising. So I'll put that up later. Remember that 2 drink minimum. There's the YouTube channel here, which is doing pretty great. I think people are watching it on YouTube for all the shots. But for the full episodes, Compound Media for right now. And Compound 20 or Canada 20 if you use the promo code. If you're not part of Compound and you want to check those out. iTunes, same thing. Go 2 drink minimum. Subscribe. Leave a review. Pantelis podcast, same thing. You get all the social links on my website, panteliscomedy.com. And Mike Ward, check out his special. It's on YouTube. It's on Amazon Prime. Mike Ward Infamous. You can watch that shit anywhere. Head over to mikeward.ca. And Mike, we're still waiting, I think, for not Gino. I think we're waiting for Aaron Burke to give us his dates of when we're gonna do the Comedians of the Compound here in Montreal. We have only a couple of slots in, I believe, in June at Club Soda. So we don't know. We know that we're gonna do it. We just don't know which day. It all depends on him. And I think that's all I got. Poseidon, you said you got nothing else?
Nothing else.
All right.
I'm still thinking about that retarded story, bro. I'm still laughing in my head.
Fucking guy laughing at me. So remember, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and that's it. Fucking, the stream is over.